Hello. All right. I am back. It's been a solid week. We did one chapter in Ankou's story, and we're going to continue on. We're now on chapter 3. My goal is 4 hours. I'm hoping I'm done in 4 hours. If we're not done in 4 hours, I might stay a little bit longer to try and finish it. But it took us 2 hours to get through one chapter, and we're on chapter 3. And these chapters are usually about 2 hours at that point in my head. And if they're 2 hours and there's usually 4 chapters in this route, I'm going to need 4 hours. So I'm giving it 4 hours to see if I can get to the end of it. If I can't get to the end of it in 4 hours, we'll have another stream on Monday. I am going to post a schedule on Discord this week because I keep not streaming Monday through Friday, as you might have noticed, intentionally because I usually only have like 2 hours where I can stream. I'm just going to stream for 2 hours. I'm going to stop saying I can't stream because I only have 2 hours to stream and just stream for 2 hours just so I can progress. Hi, Blue. Hello. Sorry it's so late. I was doing stuff, I think. I really don't know what I did today, if I'm being honest. I feel like I've done nothing all day, but it's my day off, so... I sleep in on my days off like a fool. That's a mistake I'm making. I keep going, I'll get up early, and then I sleep in. Also, it's almost May, and I'm bringing that up because my birthday is in May, and I'm going to plan a birthday stream. We're not doing 18 hours again because I was falling asleep, but we might do like an 8-hour stream or something special. I might plan some stuff, so I'll make a poll on Discord to ask what you guys would like to see for my birthday stream, and we'll work from there. I'll see if I can get any friends to come join us. We'll see what happens. I actually took a fat nap earlier, so I'm gonna not be able to sleep. Fair. I keep staying up way too late. That's part of my problem as well. So I'm off Saturdays and Sundays right now, temporarily for my schedule. Once I'm finished with the training, my schedule's gonna change. I'll have 3 days off in a row, not in a row, but 3 days off, which means I'll have 3 days I can at least stream for a couple hours. Ignoring like events and stuff, I can at least stream for a couple hours. But Friday night, we were getting our car repaired. Here's how it starts. Our car's getting repaired, so I said, why don't I see if my friend can pick me up? We can go to round 1. I didn't get home till 3 a.m. on Friday, and so I slept in because I usually get up at like 6, and that's 3 hours. That's not enough time. And then I was like, I had a goal where I was going to stream a little bit and then clean a little bit. I got distracted and started cleaning instead, which is fine because the house needs it. I went through one of our closets and like got rid of a bunch of stuff and organized some other stuff. I felt really good about it, but I did that for like 4.5 hours. I'm slow. I'm slow when it comes to cleaning. It's also because I take way too many breaks. And then after that, I can't remember what I did, but we found out the car's not going to be finished until maybe Tuesday. So productive though. It's one closet, and I will accept that it is an accomplishment because we needed to do it. We also had a hole in our ceiling again. I feel like I've had this exact conversation on stream before, but we had a hole in our ceiling because the ceiling was leaking from the apartment above us because their drain was leaking. So they had to cut a giant hole in our ceiling. And they sprayed it, and you guys all know I painted it like last year. They sprayed like almost the entire ceiling. The hole was like this big, and they sprayed like that much of my ceiling. So at first I was like, it's fine, I'm gonna paint it anyways because we're fixing some patches already. My bathroom was never 100% done after I did it. I was like, it's fine, this was on my to-do list anyways. And then I'm like, do I have enough paint for how much he covered? He didn't need to cover that much. He covered so much of my ceiling. But we'll get to that. And I'll cry about it later. I'll post a photo on Discord just to show you guys how bad it looks. I'm so sad. I'm gonna snooze the ad because I'm talking too much. But yeah. That was my goal. That was my goal. So I did part of that, and then today was kind of a lazy day. Our car's still at the shop. We will not get our car back till Tuesday. We'll see what that means. We're borrowing a friend's car tomorrow so that we can still get on with our life a little bit. They're very nice and being kind. I'm here to say hi, and today is my birthday. Asia, it's 4/27. Happy birthday! Wait, I didn't get a ping on Discord. Why didn't it tell me? Oh my gosh, happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here on your birthday. Oh my goodness. Did you do anything fun? What did you get to eat? I'll show photos for my birthday. I'm going to specifically make sure I don't know if my friends will feel comfortable being in photos, but my sister's helping plan this. I wanted to do a kind of Bridgerton themed party. So I wanted everyone to make a snack and everyone to dress up. And so that was a plan I had that turned into my birthday. Forgot to add my birthday on Discord. How dare you? Oh my gosh. Happy birthday, Asia. Long time no see. I miss you. Congrats on getting old. Yeah, congratulations on getting a little bit older like the rest of us. Oh my goodness. Dang. But yeah, so that's my plan. I've been sick since last. You've been sick for 7 days? What? So you couldn't eat? Did you not feel like eating? What kind of sick are we feeling? I swear everyone is getting sick. Don't curse me, Blue. I'm not sick. I haven't been sick since I got sick on stream that one time. Oh my god. Oh, I also got a new drink. I brought a drink today. Sore throat and coffee? No. Well, I hope it goes away soon. Did you get to eat anything? My sister has strep. Dude, maybe Asia has strep. That's the same things. I got a new drink I haven't tried from G Fuel, by the way. It's called Berry Bomber. I'm hoping it's good. It has a strawberry, a blueberry, and a bomb. I was like, what kind of fruit is that? Is that just a bomb? Wait, is that supposed to be a bomb? What is that? Is that a cranberry? What is this? Everybody else is an actual fruit that looks like a bomb. Cupcakes, chips, donuts, chicken. Hell yeah. 2 online friends have COVID. So for my new job, I had to check my vaccines. Oddly enough, I didn't. They did tell me that sometimes you can have the vaccines and they can wear out like over time. Like your body just goes, well, I don't need this anymore. But I had to get the MMO, the measles, mumps, and I forgot the other letter. Vaccines. And I was like, dude, what if I get sick right now? What if I get sick right now waiting for this vaccine to take over and be good? I was so worried. A streamer had a crappy stomach virus. So we had this conversation, me and my sister, because some people talk about how like they get upset tummies so easily, and one of my fears is that I'll become that person, because right now I can eat like a goat. I can eat anything, and I'm fairly good about it. Like I don't get sick, I don't get tummy aches. I learned about dairy recently, but like that's fine. I've just been getting oat milk instead of dairy in my coffees lately. It's basically the same thing. Everyone needs to stop getting sick, okay? Everyone needs to calm down and not get sick, because I don't want to be sick and I don't want anybody else to be sick. But our goal today, or this evening, depending on what time zone you're in, it's not almost 9, it's 8:30 almost, is to try and finish Virche today, and that way this week I can work on him, the Small and Bloom, and this weekend I can start Pio40, because I want to do a very long Pio40 stream for the first one, because I want to see if I can get through the entire prologue in one stream. That way we're just focusing on other things in Pio40. You get my drift? Do you understand what I'm saying? And then my goal is to try and finish Pio40 before the end of May. And that way I can beat... I saw a new horror Otome game. Guys, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. There's so much. I also need to get back to Zelda. I was trying to do that once a week. I haven't played Zelda in a month or 2 now. I was trying to finish Breath of the Wild before my birthday. It's not gonna happen. Oh goodness. All right. Officially putting the time in to start Virge, because I've missed you guys and I feel like talking. It's been a minute. All right. But yeah, we met a new girl. I'm not sure if I like Ankou's route so far. I need Battlefield Waltz. I didn't pre-order it, I found out, actually. That's the one that just came out, right? Battlefield Waltz. I thought I pre-ordered it. I went to the store the day it came out to get my copy, and they didn't have a copy for me, and I didn't have a pre-order on it. And I was like, I thought I pre-ordered it. But I think maybe I had decided, since I was so behind on other stuff, that I wasn't going to play it day 1, and so I didn't pre-order it. I don't know what I was. The thing is, the things I do in the past, I have no memory of. Like, what was my thinking back when I didn't pre-order it? Because I pre-ordered Despair's drops, and I knew I wasn't going to play that day one. I'm only going to save my money for Battlefield Waltz. Man. That's fair. It looks beautiful, which is why I'm surprised I didn't pre-order it. But I want to play Pio40. That was my goal. I need to play Code Realize this year. I'm going to play at least one of the Code Realizes this year. I have 2 goals. And I want it's basically working on some of my backlog and before I add more to my backlog. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't buy Battlefield Waltz. I was actually confused when I went to the store. The fact that I went to the store to pick it up on day 1 and didn't have a pre-order got me. I was like, what do you mean? I thought I pre-ordered them all. But like, I was like, I was so confused. My sister was confused right beside me. She's like, do you need me to go buy it for you? Because if you've shopped at GameStop, you probably know this. If you don't pre-order an Otome game, they don't get an Otome game. That's how they don't mass order Otome games. If you don't pre-order it, there's not a copy there. They don't get one of every game at every store. They just don't. So if you don't pre-order it, you don't have a copy. I was like, okay, I guess I'll go home now without a video game. Thank you so much. I started thinking about buying it just from their store just to get it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I was so sad. It was just sad because I made the trip for nothing. All right. So anyways, I have not been like in love with Ankou's route so far. They introduced a random new character. I do appreciate them giving us some history. We learned about the Drifter. I appreciate that. I don't know. I feel like they're dragging. I feel like they didn't know what they wanted to do with this story, and it's kind of dragging. So anyone who said they loved Ankou's route on this, I need someone to help explain to me why you loved it so much. You're not the only one who's not enjoying Ankou's route. I remember watching Peach first impressions of the fan desk. She didn't enjoy it. Yeah, it's slow. I know you can't hear me, Asia. I'm going to put that in chat. It's slow, just so you can see it, because I know you have an ad right now. Like, if it was going at a different speed, I would be enjoying it more. Did I pick the wrong font for this? Do I not like this? I changed the font because I felt like it was too small, and now it looks too big. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's... Not gonna lie, I lost interest in this fan disc. I don't have ads yet. Interesting. Oh. Oh my gosh. IDK how I'm finishing Virche. See, yeah, like there were so many different things happening in different routes that were like dragging. And so Ankou's route is, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold right now. I was so looking forward to it, and they decided to add a new character in his route specifically that does not help with the story. She's hot, and if she was a dateable character, I'd be down. But she's not. So I don't know why she's here. Besides looking a little bit like she's related to somebody, I don't know. I have hopes that 9RIP fan disc will not be a letdown. Dude, I'm so excited for 9RIP fan disc. I want it to be like Radiant Tail. Radiant Tail had the best fan disc I think I've ever played. I've only played a few fan discs. We already know this. I think Radiant Tail was like my second fan disc. The fan discs lately have been lacking. Yeah, they really have. Like, I agree. I feel like this one, I had a lot of high hopes. And I was kind of told that it was supposed to like alternate endings, Parasite, Keep a Parasite. We pretend that one didn't exist. Keep a Parasite didn't happen. See, I blocked it from my mind. I was like, I don't think I played another fan disc, and then he brought that one back. Code Realize fan disc is one of my favorites. I'm excited. Actually, because we've been cleaning our house. I got this for Christmas from my sister, this bunny girl. She's oh gosh, she has a name, Marie. I have a dragon too, but I put my Code Realize pins on her. These are official. They're actually from like the collector's Winter's Wish edition. Not Winter's Wish, Winter's Tide. They're real. But I had them in a bag and I was like, ooh, I could put them on her outfit. So I put them somewhere finally. They were just been in a bag this entire time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Code Realize. What's really funny is I was talking to one of my friends, and I was telling him that I play Otome games, and he didn't know what those were. And when I started describing to him, he's like, oh, I've played a few. And that's when he said he played Code Realize. I'm like, man, he's played Code Realize. I have yet to play Code Realize. We need Bodo Shihana fan disc. That would be hot. I need if we get Borishiana fan disc, I finally have to play my game instead of just using it for background sounds. Oh my god. Also, I might be in a collab soon with my friends. We might be doing another monster. It's Monster Prom, but I think this one's called Monster Convention, Monster Con, like that. So I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I was invited and I said, hell yeah, I have to buy it, but I'll play it. How many years has it been since I last raised my voice like this? Apart from anguished cries, Ankou. Ankou, raise your voice all the time, please. If we break this curse before I make any decisions about my future. Also this, I appreciate them keeping her depressed in this one. Hear me out, that's fine. We just didn't need another person in here. Also, in the original, when I was depressed and still wanted to die, he killed me. Spoilers for anyone who didn't play the original Virche. If you chose nobody in the prologue, if you just kept going, I'll pass, I'll pass, I'll pass, he'll be like, you don't deserve to live, and he will kill you. So I don't know why he's so hung up right now. Like, hear me out. I just ate a small piece of AUs where there's happy endings. Oh my gosh. Listen, you know, they don't need happy endings. You just need alternate universities. Yeah, you know, something like that. I don't think Lucas's should have been dragged out as much as it was. I would have been fine with it just being like, and then we visited his grave and we got on with the rest of our lives because he was a murderer. I saw someone else playing this and instantly stopped watching any Virch fan disc stuff. I feel bad for saying this, but it's been boring. It has been boring. And I was hoping it'd pick up with his, but we spent 2 hours. My last stream was 2 hours, and I got through one of these chapters. And honestly, they don't need to be that long with nothing happening. I love angst, but a new small piece of happiness. I need small pieces of happiness for balance. That's so fair. The pufferfish was my was the life of the party. Puffy, I miss you, bro. Ankou doesn't have that. He just has angst. I'm gonna work and buy these earrings back from Spinel. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the earrings. The earrings were not valid or a reason or anything in the last game. How dare you invent something like this to be important suddenly. I also don't appreciate. I don't know. I'm a fan of good storytelling. Is that weird? Hang on, that didn't sound right. I'm a fan of good storytelling where you will take something and you can turn it into something else, and that's amazing. You're making things that weren't even like important in the previous game important. These earrings didn't exist in the previous game. We'd randomly learned that they originally were like from his home country, on not Ankou's, but Adolph's, and that Adolph made the necklace that she's wearing and the earrings he wears, I assume, and then Ankou made the ones he wears. I DK anything in Ankou's route. I lost interest before seeing anything in his route. Let me catch you up. Okay. In Ankou's route, remember that scene where she's about to stab herself with a sword or with a knife, and he's like, "Stop! Don't do that." She's like, he's like, "Do this, and I'll save you, and you won't have to die, and you'll be cured." And she's like, "Nah, I'm fine. I'll still die." That's and he's like, "Wait, no, wait, no, I want you to live." And she's like, "No, no, I'd rather die. I'd just rather die." So that's how this one starts. Did you see Touchstar got an updated demo? I really can't do that. I don't want to do another demo. I don't want another demo. I just want to play the game. I want Touchstar to be real already. When is that releasing? December? Like, when do I have to, like, empty my calendars and buy, like, latex? When do I need to be ready for this? December? Okay. We're gonna do Touchstar for December. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna not buy a bodysuit. That was a joke, but you know, I could try. I'm still mad I didn't get the pins. I hope they bring those back. I'ma be broke, man. I feel that. My new job allows for overtime, which I'm really excited about once I finish my training, so I can get some OT and pay for my gaming addiction. It's gonna be a great time for me. I'm gonna work on buying your earrings back. During that time, please just think of it as Spindle holding on to your earrings. And he decided to pay Spindle to babysit her and protect her with earrings, gave her a whistle. Spindle is the hot chick with the really nice cannons, not the right word, and like body scars, you know, the hot girl. She's apparently washed up on shore and she's from another place and she's a hitman for hire. So they hired her to protect her. The woman who loathed her own existence would live a little bit longer just for an item belonging to a suspicious man she just met. I mean, you gave your earrings away to a woman to protect her, so.
君は本当に面白いな。
You're quite interesting. Whoa! Ankou can laugh, guys.
私の真意を探るため、大切な者たちの命を守るため、そして耳飾りを買い戻すため。
You want to discover my true intentions. You want to save the lives of those you hold dear. Now you want to buy back my earrings.
様々な理由で死ぬのがどんどん先延ばしになっているじゃないか。
Gosh, do I need to make another checklist, by the way, of like things, of games this year? I need a checklist for this year. For Atome games. To see if there's any Atome games I plan on streaming day one this year. I really don't know if there is any that's got me. Like, I'm trying to relax and not be like rushing to play games, but I also want to play games, so it's a problem for me. For so many reasons now, your death kept getting more and more postponed. Yeah, because I'm a problem, bro. After she had fallen asleep, I stepped out into the Lycoris field and recalled her words, which put my heart at ease.
記憶は定かではないが、
But this
こ
voice.
んなに声を上げて笑ったのは前の姿でもなかったかもしれない。
I mean, this is such a good voice. Guys, we have to agree on this one thing. My memory isn't perfect, but I believe this is the first time I've laughed so much even when I considered the distant past. But at the same time, I had another
あい
thought.
つがあんなに力強く生きる目標を言い切ったことがあったか？
I promise you on June 19th you won't see me? What's June 19th? Wait, when is Silent Hill coming out? I want to get that day one, and I don't know if I'm going to stream it, but I might have to in order to justify buying it on day one. I'd kiss his boots if he'd commanded me to. See? Like, this guy's voice, it does things. It does things. Has Leah ever declared a reason to live as boldly as she just did? I couldn't respond to my own question. I had left behind the people who had the answers. All I could rely upon now were my memories.
だが状況も彼女の言動も俺が知らない未来へと進んでいく。
But the situation now, her words and the actions are heading in a direction I can't predict. But I mean, you look so good.
いつか記憶という武器が使えなくなる時が来るだろう。
Otome Lu's gonna play Toki no Kizuna, and she's going to translate it for me because my husband, Shin, long hot pink hair, sexy ass, is in the Discord. Oh my gosh, wait. Well, that's exciting. So that's the day she's planning that stream. Is that the day it comes out? See, oh wait. Oh. When does our fairy game come out? Oh no, wait, I forgot about that one. Oh, do I pre-order that one? How would I know? I thought I pre-ordered Battlefield Waltz and I didn't. How would I know if I pre-ordered that one? Not over this. I'll never be over not going to a store to pick up a video game that I didn't have a pre-order on and being sad at the store because I don't have a game. No release date for that. These guys are killing me. Also, I haven't seen IFI announced that they're doing a summer festival this year, so I don't know if I'm going to go to a summer festival or not. I didn't see anything posted about it on their stuff. I'm still waiting for a release date for Urakata no Ochorini. Ooh. See, I'm already lost. I forgot what that one is. I have the shortest term memory. Be proud of me. Also, this week I will have a post on Discord with an actual schedule for when I'm gonna be playing. I've Googled it for sure because it's literally auto-filling it in. Right. Same artist. Okay, yes, that's the one. The floating islands. That's the one. Oh god. Did they had to come up with a U.S. name for that still? I think because they weren't gonna call it that in the U.S. Yes, those two. And that's why I'm playing PO40 because that one's coming soon. I wish they kept the Japanese title on the to go on the physical copy. They've done something like that before. I think with one of the games where it still had the Japanese, but it had like the English overlaid on top of it. I'm not describing this well. I'm not trying to skip. I just hit the button. The time will come when my memories will no longer be of use. Illusion of Tahati just doesn't hit the same. That's the name? That's what they decided to call it? Illusion? I didn't think they had one for it yet. See how bad I am with the Tome right now? I'm so behind. That's a horrible name. I mean, come on. We've had games like... Hang on, what have I got over here? Charade Maniacs, that seems fine. Collar X Malice, you know. Oh my gosh. Dairoku pretty much has the same name. Jack Jean, Lover Pretend is still a bad name. I don't like that name, by the way. Olympia Suore, I don't know. I don't like that name. I don't like the illusions of Itahari. Well, that doesn't even keep any of this things from the previous game name. Listen, May is fastly approaching. We're getting closer and closer to Anime Expo. And Anime Expo is when they like to announce stuff, so there's no illusion in the Utakata no Orichione I don't care. Well, I guess it makes sense if you know the premise, because the premise is she's been like disillusioned, I guess, with what she thinks reality is. She doesn't realize... What's that movie? With... Oh no, the guy from... I forgot everything just now. It's all gone. I've lost it all. I can picture the man in front of me. I can picture the two movies. I just can't picture the name of any of the movies. Elysium, like that. I'm intrigued by Arcana Famiglia. Arcana Famiglia? I don't have a web browser open right now. See, usually I could be cheating and Googling all this. There was one that I saw recently on my search and I was like, what is this? I need all these names to make sense for me. Famiglia. Oh, yes. This one's gonna have an anime, isn't it? Safe space here, no judgment. Listen, I'll have some, like, Asia knows this from experience. She'll be like, oh, this game. I'm like, oh, what's that game? She's like, I told you about it last time. And I'm like, I'm gonna be real honest here. I got a truth about some mainline Otome games. I'm not hyped for any release date. Literally, at this point, I don't care no more. Really? What has disillusioned you from this? What has made you hate it? This is like... Can I find it? Can I find the one? Sometimes it's like, here's an Otome game for you, you loser, because it knows me, and I'm like, okay. Like here's Everfall that just popped up in my you might want to see this page. Oh my gosh. There was a game. It said it was a horror Otome. Oh no, I'll have to find it. I still want to play the Mr. Smiley. I think that's what it's called. Arcana Famiglia's already got an anime. Also, the game's gonna have bad reviews because bad English translation. It do be that way sometimes. Is the game already out though? Am I that behind? I don't work at a video game store anymore, so I'm not in the know as I used to be. When that happened, who can no longer swing a sword, which you could totally practice. You could be practicing. Sure, you can eat a bunch of flowers and feel like you're dying every single day, but you could also swing a sword.
彼女を守りきれるのか。
Be able to protect Leah. I imagine if the Adolf that I knew, he would be in a cell, like doing one-handed push-ups. I can't imagine him letting this all go. Did I say be able to protect Leah? I refuse to lose the woman who happily agreed that my earrings and her necklace seemed like they were part of the same set. I didn't know it had an anime. I looked into it. I remember seeing the anime. It's the same artist of like Persona, right? If I'm wrong, tell me. I'm really good at getting confused. Which was especially why it would be best to leave her in the care of someone who could guarantee her safety. Oh, Ankou. I don't think a gun for hire can guarantee her safety. I shook my head at that thought.
何を弱気なことを考えている。あいつを守り、救うた
I
めに
think I really like the song in
こ
the
こまで
trailer.
来たんだろう。
That's fair. There are some bangers out there. They do good. They do some good things. In fact, I think I still have Marmalade Boy's soundtrack. How could I be so cowardly? I've come all this way for the purpose of offering her protection and
何があ
salvation.
ろうと、私はあいつを必ず普通の人生へ送り出してみせる。
I will ensure that Leah is able to live a normal life no matter what the
た
cost.
とえ
I added
ど
a
んな
word.
代償を払うことになったとしても。
No matter what it takes, I will see it through. I no longer had anything to lose. I think waiting for release dates, looking at Bustafellows and Utakata, and delaying the Otome, looking at the night one, plus some Otome games disappointed me. I only hope for unlocalized Otome and indie games. Aww. But when they localize them, we can listen and understand them better. My Japanese is Duolingo right now, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if a Bengoshi... Oh no, a Bengoshi is gonna help us right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's gonna save our lives. I wish for a future where the dancing Lycoris flowers return to their original color, a future where she was able to smile. Listen. There's hardly Otome release dates for us. That's because there's really only 3 places that release Otome games, and that's P-Cube, Idea Factory, and Access. I remembered. I did it. I didn't have to cheat. Like, those are the 3 people who localize Otome games, and they're pretty tiny companies. I looked up this guy that prepared for a new tomorrow. I got low expectations at this point. You know, that's fair, but we got lots of attractive men that we need to, like, capture. I assume. Thus, a dream for truth. Asia, no. Blue and Asia over here being disillusioned. The next morning after the commotion died down and we were able to confirm the safety of all the concerned parties, a discussion was to be held at Adolph's home, which I hadn't visited in quite some time. Considering everything that was to come, it was decided that Ankou and I would be staying there for the time being. Classy. The Vampire Hunter Otome one is the only Otome I don't give a fuck about. Okay, when I saw the first, like, preview for it, I was pretty excited, but after hiccups, I saw more, I really didn't care. It doesn't look great, if I'm being so real. If I'm being so for real right now. I wasn't like that much. I thought, like, the concept art was really nice. But I want my psychotic little boy from the Bunny High School. What's it called? Bunny something? It has Bunny in the name, which is why I need the game. The love interest is not that pretty. It literally looks boring. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't too excited after I saw a little bit more about it. Due to Barreau making an appearance that night, whispers echoed among the royal family as well as general public that he was behind the two incidents I bore witness to. Wait, which one? I think it's called Bunny High School. Have you not seen this? Wait, I talked about it for the Atome Bunny High School Atome. It's not localized yet. I'm hoping they announce it this year. Oh, it's called Bunny's High School. Hang on. This one. Bunnies. It's so blurry. It doesn't want to show you. But there is a pink-haired boy named Aroto, and he is beautiful, and I love him. And it will not let you see this beautiful man because it doesn't want to focus on him. Focus on him. It's trying, but he's got pink hair. And a smile, a killer smile, if I dare say so myself. But yeah, it's called Bunny's High School. He's beautiful. I'm really excited for that one to get localized, if it gets localized. Otherwise, I have to learn Japanese, Asia, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Again, Ocha, Bengoshi, Isha? No, what am I saying? I don't know. I forgot. I've already forgotten all my Japanese lessons. Oh. Actually, my sister's going to take Japanese this year. We're going to see if she can spread the wisdom she gets in her school to me, and then I can learn Japanese through her. We're going to try in here. Whispered echoed among the royal family as well as the general public that he was behind the two incidents I bore witness to. Whether it was a good thing or not, their hostility towards me had faded drastically, allowing me to walk around as I pleased. I want to learn Korean language from my K-pop idol crushes. If I'm being so for real, if I had learned Korean back when I first fell in love with K-pop, I probably would be like fluent at this point, but I'm so bad. I know like 100 words, I would say, confidently. And of those words, it's 1, 2, 3, and then like stuff like that. You know what I mean? I got into Stray Kids, bestie. I'm not okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so old. My first K-pop group I got into was Dongbong Shinki and the Tracks. And then I fell in love with HOT, which is a very old K-pop group. So old that they weren't even like a band when I fell in love with them. And then my favorite Korean artist actually is over here, is Cheonsein Jihi the Grace. I have like all of their CDs over here. I've met them in real life. I've gotten a photo with one of them. Do I have that photo somewhere? Like I've met two of them in real life. And I love them. One of them's name is Stephanie. There's Sunday, there's Lena, and there's Dana. And I love them so much. Bop was my last boy group that I followed. I remember Bop. I remember going to a concert to see them. Blackpink was my first one, and now Stray Kids got me in a chokehold. Stray Kids, okay. I refuse. I'm too old. I'm too old to look at these boys. But Felix is got the voice of an angel, and I love him. And he pops up on my feed. What's really funny is, okay, my phone screen, I don't know if you can see this. My phone screen, that is Suga from BTS. And my other screen is Jungkook from BTS, and that's my Duolingo app telling me that I need to play because I'm gonna mess up my streak if I don't hurry. This has been my phone screen for a while. We went to Belize with my friend, and she saw my phone screen, and she's like, "Your phone screen's making me uncomfortable. Who is that man?" And then she started getting K-pop ads after we had this conversation. So I'm assuming her phone was listening to me. So I said enough K-pop around her that Felix started popping up on her thing. But oh my gosh, that man's voice. I almost went to the Stray Kids concert that was coming this year. But I was like, I only know Felix. I don't know really any of their music. I can't. I cannot. Oh gosh. I watched Minji AT's TikTok thirst edits. Oh my goodness. I've seen their like the latest one for the Stray Kids was the whatever his name. Nani Daisuke ka, whatever you like. And then that one, the little cute one, that's cute. But yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't buy tickets to a concert to see a man whose music I've never listened to. I'm going to see Miyavi this year, and if you know who that is, I'm proud of you. And if you don't know, it's okay. He's a very old Japanese singer who I've been listening to for a very, very long time. In fact, the tattoo I have on this arm is his logo from one of his comebacks. You should kidnap me for Stray Kids. I will teach you Stray Kids stuff. We'll just have a K-pop stream. I don't think I can upload it to YouTube afterwards. I'm about copyrights, I'm sure, but we'll just watch K-pop music videos. Feliz Navidad was a banger. I want to go to the Stray Kids concert. My friend's going. I know she's going. I asked her if she knew how much the tickets were, and then when she told me how much they were, I said, "LOL, no thanks. I'm not spending that much. I hope you have a great time. Enjoy yourself." She's going. She's going with one of her coworkers too, so she's really excited. But yeah. Listen, I'm going to see Halsey this year. I saw Wednesday 13 this year. What else is on my agenda? I'm going to Coheed and Cambria. I'm seeing Miyavi. I've got stuff on my agenda. Plus, Stray Kids wasn't local, if I recall, or were they local? I think they were going to be in California, not Phoenix, which makes it harder. Let me shut up about Stray Kids. I can talk about them for hours. Listen, we can do it. We could do a deep dive. I'm fine with that. We can plan a stream for that on a different day where it's just remember your obsessions and it can be K-pop edition. And then I will make you guys watch my favorite band, which by the way, my Alice in Wonderland tattoo has 4 K-pop artists on it. I'm wearing a long sleeve today. You can't see it. I have G-Dragon from Big Bang. I have Donna from Cheon Sang Jihee. And technically I have Donna again from Cheon Sang Jihee and Sunday from Cheon Sang Jihee. So like I'm a K-pop fan. It's in my blood. There's literally a Stray Kids guide video. Perfect. We'll watch that together. And then I will make a guide video for a band that hasn't been relevant in over 10 years for the rest of you. And what they're doing now, which one of them does musical theater now. She's gorgeous and she does musical theater. She has 2 beautiful babies. One is still doing ballet actively. She does it all the time. Another one has not posted in a while. I don't know what she's up to. I miss her. I miss her every day. And the other one, the 3rd and 4th and final one, the baby, the Aegyo, if you will, she also has a baby. And she's got the cutest baby in the world, and she posts about her all the time. So Felix loves games. Felix got a very sunshiny personality. Don't do that to me, Asia. I don't need him. He's also a baby, and he's from Australia, and he's got a gorgeous voice. Oh, gosh. He looks ethereal. He doesn't look human, is the problem I have with Felix. I look at that man, and I go, that's not a person. That's a fae. That's a fae. They brought a fae to life, and he's Australian, and he's looks like the morning sun. I don't understand it. Anyways. I can't with Felix. I can't with that man. Whether it was good, I think, or not, their hostility towards me had faded. He is one of my biases in Stray Kids. Technically, he's my bias in Stray Kids too, because I don't know anyone else by name from Stray Kids. And there's gotta be a reason for him, right? Well, let's be honest. Okay, I like Corpse Husband. I like Ankou. I like deep voices. I love men with deep voices. So he's got a very deep voice. I also like, as we've already established, very pretty men, and he's gorgeous. So like, he's just all these boxes in a row. He's also got blonde hair, which is kind of weird, but like I love blonde Asian men. Bang Chan, the leader, is the oldest member. He's the dark-haired one with muscles, right? Did I do it? Am I winning? There was one problem. He's so cool. Their reaction's the same thing I just had, like, I don't know who it is. But we'll put together a slideshow. I'll be like, this is a member of Stray Kids. His name is, his favorite color is, and he went to school from this school. Bangchan chose the members himself? They gave him that much right? I'm sorry, I feel like Felix could choose anything. Also self-produced too. That's nice. I mean, that's what BTS does, a lot of production now. As soon as they entered each other's sights, my two older brothers' figures stared daggers at each other. I already felt a dolphin with the events that transpired while we were apart. That, combined with the fact that I knew of his decision to not become a reliver, led to him wearing a slightly pained expression.
事情は分かった。帰ってこない間にそんなことになってた
Be
とはな。
quiet. You just tell someone to be quiet? Wait, that's... There's a survival show that Stray Kids was on they were so young. Oh my gosh. BTS used to have a TV show I wanted to watch. I wanted to make my sister watch all the episodes with me. I couldn't get her around to it. It was a dream though. It was a dream. I wanted to absorb all that information. It's hard to believe that all happened while you were gone. Oh,
この国の呪いに挑むなんて途方もないことだと思っていたが。
It used to be 9 members.
ヒューゴとの話を聞かれちまってたのか。
But things happened. It's only 8 members now. It do be that way. That happens a lot in K-pop groups, and it's happened since the dawn. My first K-pop band broke into it split 3 and 2. 2 stayed with the company, 3 left the company. And I always talk about this, oddly enough. Super Junior, this is a band. I don't know why I talk about this very often. It's a band that when they had their debut, they shortly after brought in 1 more member, if I recall. And people like freaked out about it. And I always remember, for the longest time, I referred to Kyuhyun as the new member. It was like a 3 months after they debuted, he got added to the band. I think it was. It wasn't even that long. And for like years, I called him the new member. It was so random. Mr. Simple, ooh, yes. They had so many good songs. So I went to so the first SM town I went to, and we're front row. We were seats 1 and 2, front row. We got magic seats somehow. Eye contact with multiple members. It was a great time. But they also had members like left, like shortly after. They were originally supposed to be the first rotation group in SM, but fans became so like, I don't want this. They were supposed to be like the morning musume of SM Town, and they didn't. Their fans were like, no, don't do it. Lino is the leader dancer in Stray Kids. Lino, is that his name? I need pictures to accompany this. I see. Lino used to be a backup dancer for BTS. Oh. I know there is a singer out there that used to be a backup dancer for Cheonse Jihi. And that they debuted like 7 years or something like that after Cheonse Jihi stopped touring. And then one of the members did a solo album. She ran into him backstage and he's like, do you remember me? And she was like, oh my gosh. I mean, that's how a lot of them start off, is backup dancers. I thought it was pretty ridiculous for you to be tackling the truth behind the curse, but that was because you overheard us.
それがお前の望みなら協力する。
In that case,
間違ってもこの怪しい男と行動させたくないしな。
do these two look the same? I'll gladly lend a hand. I've never wanted to leave you alone with this suspicious guy anyways. Shh, I want to be left alone with the suspicious guy.
それはこちらのセリフだよ。君に姫君を任せたらいつまた鳥かごに閉じ込めるか分かったものではないからね。
I could say the same. If I left my princess to you, it'd be only a matter of time before you locked her up in some cage. I could practically feel the friction between their interlocking gazes. Lately, the fandom pisses you off? Ooh, Dish, tell me. Why are these two so at odds when they're only just met? Talks as fans literally made Bang Chung apologize for no reason. Okay, again, old K-pop fan here. One of the members of EXO, their girlfriend got pregnant and they had to apologize, like, for having a life. And I still don't think that's okay. I still don't think that's okay that they feel like they have the right to do that. To be like, you need to leave the group and you need to apologize. Life. Fans literally camp out at their hotels. Yeah, that happens all the time. Let Stray Kids rest. Yeah, there's a difference between a Sasang fan and a fan. Sasangs are crazy. And BTS and SHINee and I don't know, SM kind of has a lot that have to deal with really crazy fans. Where they just stalk them. Show up at their hotels, get their phone numbers, call them all the time. Like, that's crazy. Not to mention that Ankou seemed to dislike Adele from the very beginning. Now that we're on the same page, should we return to the topic at hand?
それもそうだな。しかしお前らがまさか。
Those aren't fans, those are stalkers. Yeah, those are Sasang fans. Those are, I mean, they're Sasang. That's it. I don't like that Sasangs are called fans. They're not fans, they're disturbed stalkers. But it's also the way idols are treated. Idols are treated like they're not people. They're treated like a product, which is why these fans latch on so tightly to them. So it gets really gross at times. Lisa from Blackpink mentioned that she got a stalker. She was so scared, I literally almost cried for her. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. It's insane. So again, because I'm old, Dongbang Shinki had a fan. There's also something called anti-fans. Dongbang Shinki had a meet and greet. This happened a long time ago. If you're not familiar, they trusted their fans, and a fan of not that member gave them like a drink, and they had put glue in it, and so he took a drink of it. He had to go to the hospital. He couldn't talk for like 3 months. Like, that happened. Like, that's crazy. And like after the glue and the orange juice, yeah, like after that happened, like the interactions for all of the fans had to change. A staff recorded a video of Stray Kids changing their clothes. I've seen BTS staffs doing kind of similar, where they're like low-key's filming them behind stuff, and I also feel like that's too much. Like, that's a sign that they shouldn't be there. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that was like one of the most terrifying stories. Like, when that happened, that was crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, I cannot imagine disliking just a person for making music that much. Like, oh my god. That also happened to a Momoland member. Oh my god. Like glue? Like, that's crazy. I think it was Nancy. But that, like, it gets to this point where, like, you can't trust your fans when that stuff happens. And that's so dark. It's pretty unbelievable.
新たな漂流者を拾ってるとは。これが国に知られたら、どれだけのことが起きるか。
Was recorded undressing. I know that's terrible for both of them, but that's kind of worse because I say this a lot. They mention this in K-pop a lot, where they're like, "Oh, they're usually shirtless." I'm like, "Yeah, I lived around boys. They're usually shirtless. That's how they live their life, from my understanding." But girls don't walk around shirtless. So if you're filming a girl shirtless, like, that's a problem. You have a problem. Hearing that you met a new drifter, if the rest of the country hears about this, who knows what chaos that'll cause. Yeah, is that your cousin? Shane and the others met Spinal last night, didn't they?
イブの話だと、通りすがりを装って、偽物を追い詰めるのに協力したらしい。
From what I heard from Eve, she pretended to pass by, but then helped corner the fake Barreau. Adolphe spoke clearly, unsure of what to make of Spinel, who he barely knew. I wouldn't even call barely, we didn't know. Based on appearances alone, she didn't seem any different from the citizens of Arpichel. Are we certain of that? She's got scars on her body. If we were to tell someone she wasn't from here, most people wouldn't believe it. And yet a rare case such as hers did indeed exist.
シアングロフィワーズにだけは彼女の存在を知られない方がいいだろう。 何
I'm
に利用され
knocking
るか分かったもの
into
では
my
ない。
screen because I'm trying to get my chapstick. At the very least, it would be best if Sheen Borofi did not know of her existence. There is no telling what will happen otherwise. Also, Leah, don't be surprised if you get videos of Felix singing from me, just saying. He is far too young for me. I cannot fathom. When was he born? How old is that child? I just like listening to him to talk. And when he talks, I get really happy. Like, my phone knows. I stop on every Felix video that pops by, and it's just... At the very least, it would be best if Sheen did not know of her existence.
外界の人間など研究者たちにとっては実験動物にしか見えないのだから。
My birthday's coming up, guys. I am not near that age anymore. I'm sure that humans from the outside world are only seen as test subjects in the eyes of the researchers of this island. He's perfect for me. That's good. I'm proud of you. And again, happy birthday. I'm so proud of you. Wait, did you turn 25 this year? That means last year. You're a dragon? Wait, did I not know you were a dragon? You're a dragon, Asia. Test subject. I shuddered at the possibilities. All things considered, I'd rather not. I'm a dragon too. Blue's a dragon! Twinsies! Nice. See, us dragons, we stick together. It's a good time. All things considered, I'd rather not involve Spinel more than necessary.
ならば呪いの調査自体は我々で行うことにしよう。幸い彼女も深入りする気はないようだ。
In that case, the investigation of the curse will be handled by us alone. Thankfully, she seems to have no interest in being
それ
involved.
で今後の方針だが、
For our plan of action.
ブローを取り逃がした以上、奴の足取りを追うのが最優先。すなわちこの未熟者の仕事だろう。
Since we let Barreau escape, telling him is our biggest priority. In other words, that would be this amateur's job, correct? Is he pointing at this guy?
俺にはアドルフという名がある。
Stray Kids won't get out of my mind. I'm so sorry. To be fair, you started it. You said you wanted to learn Korean, which, by the way, my Duolingo app does have Korean on it too, because I was trying to learn Korean. I switched to Japanese because we're going to be going to Japan next year, hopefully at some point, and I wanted to at least have more memorized than I did last time. Last time I memorized katakana or hirikana, I can't remember which one it was, just so I could read signs better when we were in Japan. And it did help for sure. And people were so friendly. Typically, like if we were stuck or lost and needed help, most people were very understanding and very sweet with us. But if I can actually speak, it'll be way easier. Felix Hyojun and Bangchan, my biases and future husband, let me be delusional for now. It's okay. Most of my future husbands are all imaginary too. I have a name, it's Adolphe. Despite glaring at Ankou, Adolphe didn't disagree with his proposal.
呪いの調査には当然俺も同行する。が、
Of course, I'll be tagging along for the investigation into the curse.
ブローは放置できない。昼間は自警団での調査が中心で家を空けがちになると思う。
I can't ignore Barreau. I'll be focusing on investigating the corpse during the day, so I'll be out of the house.
問題ないよ。元より君など当てにしていないからね。
That's not a problem. I never planned on depending on you to begin with.
貧弱を絵に描いたようなお前にだけは言われたくねえ。
Bangchan always flirts with strays, the stray kid fandom, but yet he's being shy and he can't, like, I can't flirt. It's adorable, honestly. There's, it makes you think of J-Hope. J-Hope likes to flirt with his fans. but like in the most adorable way. Listen, you want to talk about Stray Kids? I can talk about BTS. All right, I've seen them in concert twice, 3 times, 4 times. Three times and then 1 time for Suga. There's a song called Love Stray. It made me cry 10 times. Ooh, this reminds me of an EXO song. EXO had a song, I think it's called Peter Pan. And it's a really sad song. And it was meant for fans in the future because it's about like how you grow up and things change, but then you have this moment. It was definitely a song written with the intention of like enjoying it in the future because it's like a memory. You know? Because a memory never gets older. It's just a memory. It's funny to hear that coming from someone as weak as you. I think it would be best for all three of us to conduct our investigation together. I hurriedly tried to change the subject when it seemed that a fight would break out. In that case, perhaps it would be best to look into the missing prostitutes and the mysterious deaths during our free time. If the series of incidents is connected to the truth, then it'll be time well spent.
まあな。こいつが真相を喋ってくれれば、それが一番手っ取り早いんだが。
Also, I can say this is not my favorite G Fuel. I only grabbed one of these because I'd never tried it before, so I was like, we'll find out. I like the sonic rings more. I guess I will drink water instead of energy drink. That's true, though it'd be faster if the guy would just tell us everything. He can't.
語りたくても語れないのだと何度も言っているだろう。
Have I not said several times already that I cannot speak of it even if I wanted to?
私とて好きで姫君にこんな意地悪をしているわけではない。
This is not some kind of cruel prank I'm playing on the princess for fun.
どうだか。
I wonder. Doubt and suspicion were clearly reflected in Adolphe's eyes. Oh, that's right, Ankou. Won't my presence bring misfortune to you and Adolphe?
ああ、それなら心配はいらない。他者の不幸を恐れて謎に挑めなくなっては意味がないからね。
Whoever watches the VOD, I'm not sorry for being the woman I became because Stray Kids. Stray Kids literally is my type, my love, my everything. You know, this is also kind of goes hand in hand with why I'm really excited about seeing Miyavi in June. I think that's when his concert is. When I was 13 or 14 or whatever age I was, young, when I was young once, I listened to Miyavi all the time. And if you would like to watch a beautiful music video, I don't know if it's still considered beautiful. It's one of those things maybe it doesn't age very well. It's called Girl Be Ambitious. Watch that. Blackpink and Stray Kids, so important to me. I feel that. I feel that. And I'm the same way with like the bands I like. Shiny was my comfort band for the longest time. Like I would listen to them on repeat. BTS I would listen to on repeat. Currently it's Sleep Token. Currently I'm obsessed with Sleep Token. I will listen to them every single day of my life right now. And I do this with bands all the time. I go through phases where all I listen to is one band. Just one. Sleep Token. If you listen to Caramel, listen to Caramel. It's great. It's a gorgeous song. He's got a beautiful voice. We just talked about how much we liked Felix's voice. Vessel from Sleep Token, gorgeous voice. Gorgeous. Hot. They think this might be his last album based on some of the context and the lyrics, because the lyrics are personal. The very personal lyrics. I play in K-pop every day now. It's fair. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I don't know. I don't listen to Stray Kids, so I can't really say if I can recommend. See, I listen to the ancestors of Blackpink, which is 21. Like that was my group. I used to listen to them pretty religiously. Big Bang, which is also from Blackpink's company. Every day. Hate This Love Song. Oh my god, I hate this love song. Oh god. I think it was just called Love Song, but like I could listen to that song forever. Damn. Also, what was the other one? Big Bang has some really good hits. They have some really good ballads. I know they're like a rap group. Like I like ballads. Gonna have a mini album on June 18th. Be prepared for my screaming in chat. June 18th is Taemin's birthday, by the way. Or is it July? Wait, I'm pretty sure it's June. Have I already forgotten? Who am I? We'll listen to it together. We'll take a moment and listen to Stray Kids. And you need not worry about that. We could not solve the mystery if misfortune befell us, as there would be no point. When I actually finish my program and I have a regular schedule, I'll have a weekly stream on Monday. Fun fact, I'll have a Monday stream. I used to have a Tuesday stream, I'll have a Monday stream. I'm really excited about it. We need not worry about it. We cannot solve the mystery if misfortune befell us.
初めて開口したあの夜に君の力をしばらく抑え込む特殊な術をかけておいた。
The night we met, I used my ability to cast a spell to suppress your power. A spell?
非科学的かつうさんくさい言葉だな。
You actually sound insane right now.
なんとでも言いたまえ。私は彼女が信じてくれればそれでいい。
Say what you will, as long as she believes it, that will be enough. So the reason nothing's happened to Adolphe is...
少々運も絡むが、私の力によるところが大きい。
Luck does play a factor. Your current circumstances are largely owed to me.
しかしこの術にも限界がある。一定期間が過ぎ効果が切れれば、君はまた別の誰かを殺してしまうだろう。
My power does have its limits. The effect will wear off after some time, and you will again begin bringing demise to those around you. Which means I don't have much time. I wish to protect everything I held dear. This drove me to not only look into the cures, but also solve the rest of the incidents with Adolphe and Ankou.
そんなことができるなら、今すぐこいつを普通の人間にすることもできるんじゃないのか？
If you have that kind of power, why not just turn her back into a normal human now?
一時的にと言っただろう。何せ大掛かりな儀式だ。下準備にも時間がかかる。
I said my spell is temporary. There are additional steps to be taken. It cannot be done overnight. Since he had already witnessed Ankou's regenerative abilities, Adolphe didn't voice his doubt any further. I will recommend Stray Kids, S-Class, Lose My Breath, Good Menu, Chick Chick Boom, Truman, Red Light, Red Light. Wait, is Truman based off like the Truman Show? Red Lights, watch it now, not joking, pause. They got a lot of good solo songs too. Okay, here's the thing. I am a sucker for ballads. That's why my favorite member of BTS is Jungkook, because that boy can sing a ballad. He can sing ballads, and I love a ballad. That also being said, my favorite member of SHINee is Taemin, because I loved him. I just loved him. I don't really like. He's gorgeous. I don't know what to say more than that. Felix's Unfair MV is inspired by Beauty and the Beast movie. Listen, I could make a playlist for me and my sister to watch because my sister also loves Felix. Specifically Felix. For the same reason. I'm copying all these down, by the way, Asia. So I have them after the stream ends. We made plans to reconvene later that night to discuss unraveling the curse. Adolphe decided to meet with Yves and the others and stop by the orphanage to inform Mother of my situation.
いいか、俺が戻ってくるまでおとなしくしてろ。
Felix's deep end will make you cry, probably. Okay. Oh gosh, the last time I cried actually was at a concert. We went to see, hang on, MX Moon? And she did a song with a Luna. Oh god, MX Moon. MXM tune. Now's not the time. Dude, if you want to cry, you have to have like a bad relationship with your family, or some of your family. It doesn't be all of them. Now's not the time. That made me cry. We were in this concert and I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was sad. was like in friggin' tears. Whew. Plus rap. That's always good. Also, my favorite BTS song. Actually, this can kind of go hand in hand with my favorite BTS song. My favorite BTS song. Hang on. It's But I Still Want You. What's it called? I actually don't know the actual name. I was so excited when I went and saw them in concert because I got that on film, yo. Was it? When did I see them? My goodness. Have I gone too far? Have I not gone far enough? When did I see them? It was I see. But yeah, plus Walking on Water MV. They don't have a music video for the song that is my favorite BTS song. Like, I cannot with how much I love that song. Like, I was so excited to film that. Oh my god. Ugh. Anyways. Stray Kids Case 143 was such a fun and cute MV. Oh, interesting. Okay. There's so many songs now on this list, guys. I have such a long list. Listen, I'd be like, listen, we're gonna watch. Should we watch this together? Should I make this a stream we watch together? It's just one of those things where I can't upload it to YouTube most likely afterwards. I'm not sorry to distract Leah about Stray Kids. It's okay to distract me with Stray Kids right now because, like I said, this story was kind of getting to me. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I hit a button. Look at that. That happened. Listen up. You stay put until I come home.
切り刻んでリコリスのアージの花畑に埋めてやるからな。
If you lay a finger on her, I'll chop you up and bury you in that field of Lycoris VODs. Good luck. It's happened before and he survived.
やってみたまえ。中途半端に復活した状態で君の枕元に立ってやる。
His clothes also regenerates. I'm still not okay with that. Why don't you do that then? I'll stand by your bedside as I regenerate myself. Please don't say something so scary. Their sarcastic back and forth continued right up until Adolphe left.
じゃあ行ってくる。
じゃあ
必要以上にこいつに関わるなよ。
I'll be going. Don't get too involved with that guy, got it? I'm gonna get so involved with that guy, you will not be able to stop me. You just told me that 5 times already. Adolphe changed into his corpse uniform and repeatedly warned Ankou before finally leaving. After listening, oop, am I kicking the desk? No, that's not the desk. Did the camera shake? Oh, I kicked the cord. I kicked the cord. Plot twist. No, stop it. After listening to his departing footsteps grow fainter and fainter.
よし、それでは家探しと行こう。
Also, I hate
何
Apple.
か奴の弱みになるようなものがあればいいのだが。
So my sister doesn't pay attention to the games I'm playing usually, but when she remembered Virche, I want you to know that the only name she remembered was Adpol. Not Adolphe. Not Ankou, not Yves, not Lucas, not Mathis. Adpol. She was like, oh, is that the one with Adpol in it? I'm like, that is not his actual name, by the way. And she's like, oh. I was like, ugh. So I just want you to know that's that lived on. Time to search this house. It would be nice to find something I can use against him. Huh? He swiftly began exploring the room. Search, but Ankou. Ankou's long robe dragged across the floor as he paid me no mind.
それにしても狭い小屋だね。
Spit out my
これ
drink.
からこんな場所で姫君に生活させなければならないのか。
I was like, that was so funny. Like, the only thing she remembered was that. I was like, Because she watched me play a part of it one day, and she's all like, some of it seemed familiar. And I was like, it's the one I played last year. This is the sequel. And she's like, oh, the one with Adpol in it? I'm like, it's not his name. It's not his name. This really is a terribly small shack. Will it truly be alright for the princess to stay in a place like this?
ここには服がしまってあるのか。ちょうどいい。少し地味だが、寝るときに使う服を数着借りるとしよう。
This seems to be where he keeps his clothes. While they are awfully plain, they would be perfect to wear to bed.
ここには小物が入っているのかな。おう、これは日記帳か。
It's just so pretty. Adpol is his name by me. It's... Ugh. So this is where he keeps his belongings. Oh, is this a diary?
うん。見なかったことにするか。読んでいるこちらが恥ずかしい。
On second thought, never mind. I would not want to experience secondhand embarrassment.
少し重いな。
Oh, much heavier than I thought.
こんなものを振り回さなくては戦えないなんて、人間とは脆いものだね。
How fragile humans are to have to wield such things to fight. I like the idea that Adolf turned into Ankou and became a much fragile, gentle person in the process. Stop! Ankou, you shouldn't be rummaging through Adolph's room like this. I chased after Ankou in an attempt to stop him from ransacking the place as he pleased. And please put the sword down. You don't want to hurt. I don't want it to hurt you. You don't want it to hurt you, but...
と、そうだったね。自分の傷を軽視しないと君と約束したばかりだった。
Ah, that's right. I had just promised you that I would not make light of my injuries. Ankou appeared satisfied, seizing the sword, and returned to where it belonged. Ankou, you seem to be acting more childish today, or rather, you seem to be enjoying yourself more.
私は普段リコリスの花園か冥界にいるから人間の営みが珍しくてね、ついつい好奇心に従ってしまった。
I usually spend my time in the Lycoris fields or in Hades, so I'm quite curious about how humans live. He's such a liar. Think about the one memo. One face looking away from something at the same face, but different face expression smiling. One face looking away from something and the same face, but different. Meme. I was like, what memo? And the same face, but different face expression smiling. I can't picture this meme, but I love it. Oh, me with the Dolph name. Oh, the words like it's like I feel the same way about your home in Hades. When I eventually go there, I would also like to walk around and explore.
君が冥界に向かうのは遠い未来だろうがね。
There is still much time before your journey to Hades, I am sure.
ところで姫君、火種になるようなものはあるかな。空いた時間にタバコを吸いたいのだが。
By the way, dear princess, would you happen to see any matches around? I have a fancy for smoking tobacco. Tobacco? Was he really planning on smoking? I think the matches are here. Do you really smoke? See, this is again things they didn't need to add. This didn't need to be added. This was unnecessary. The Watchman of Death smoking tobacco. I have to admit, I'm surprised.
昔偶然手にする機会があってね。今でも気まぐれに吸うことがある。
I just happened upon some long ago. I indulge in the pleasure now and again. Was unnecessary. Was unnecessary to add. I suppose if you smoke outside, Adolf hates the smell of tobacco. To be honest, I don't know much about it myself. Do you like the way it smells? Does it taste good?
難しい質問だね。私は味や香りではなく、煙が胸を通る感覚を楽しんでいるから。
I was thinking burning this game now. Same feeling for the 12-hour stream. The 12-hour stream was me going, we're not stopping until we're done. And that turned into 12 hours. That was not intentional. Did he ask about Did we ask about Ankou smoking? No. And they never like talked about it in the previous game. Just because they photographed him holding a pipe in the previous game, they're like, well, now he smokes. I'm like, this is unnecessary. That's difficult to answer. I simply enjoy the smoke itself rather than the aroma or flavor. And fun fact, I don't like smoke. I'm not excited about it. They had to like change it. It's hard to imagine. I reflect on the strangeness of tobacco while handing Ankou the Book of Matches out in a nearby cabinet.
ありがとう。君の前では吸わないから、しばらく借りてもいいかな。
Do we care about him smoking? We don't care. Yeah. Which does remind me, speaking of smoke, I got a new lighter so that I can light my candles again because that's all I use lighters for. But I left it in the living room. I had set up, so I have this. It lives, so, ooh, I forgot. I've switched desk. So this used to be on my writing desk. It's a little bird in a cage, but the plot twist is the cage doesn't house the bird. The bird sits on top of the cage, and it's got a candle in it. And I got this from like the 99-cent only store years ago. But I like to light the tea lights candle in there sometimes when I go to bed. Arson, yes. What's the point of his route? I don't know. I just want him to get happy. I would have been fine if this was like after or like a different story for him where things just happen differently, but in happiness, where he just gets a happy ending. I don't need this. We're just doing the prologue again. That's all we're doing. We're going through the figure out the murder mystery, and here's a new character that's also not from here. We didn't need it. Thank you. Since I won't be smoking in your presence, may I borrow this for a while? Oh, you can have it, but in exchange, can I watch you? I've only really seen people smoke from afar. This is not, I'm not
もちろん
interested.
構わないとも。とはいえ、私が吸うタバコは普通とはわずかに異なるものでね。
Of course, you are more than welcome to. I'll let you know, however, that the tobacco I use is slightly different. It's got Lycoris pebbles in it. I don't know. As he spoke, he pulled out an item that had a peculiar shape to it. I've never seen anything like it. Is it made of
その
iron?
通り。この皿に刻んだ葉を入れ、火をつけることで煙を吸う。
We're learning how to smoke a pipe, guys. Indeed, you place the ground up leaves in the bowl here. That's this part at the very end. And then you light them on fire with the match, and you go pop, 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 and then you breathe in the fumes. Like, I don't know, the guy from 101 Dalmatians. I miss Leanne. Oh wait, different game. I miss Leanne too. What a great puppy, man. This seems like a very rare item. In a video game, it would be purple. It's in great condition as well. I can see that you've taken very good care of it, Ankou.
これもまた私の大事な宝の一つだ。
I have. This too is one of my most treasured items after all. I watched in admiration as he carefully put it away. They sell regular tobacco in town, so it may be interesting to compare the two.
ああ、ではそろそろ出発するとしよう。
Indeed. Now then, it seems that it is about time we set out ourselves. You're right. In the case of the deliverer, we still have some time before the next moonless night. So we should go to the marché and gather some information that might shed light on the mysterious death. And
どうしたのかな?
is something the matter, princess? Well, wouldn't Ankou attract too much attention with the way he is currently dressed? We're gonna make him dress in Adolf's clothes? I'd been worried about his appearance. To address my concerns, I had slowly been working on a new outfit for him to wear. When has she had the time? How does the clothes feel? I used your usual outfit as inspiration for it.
全く問題ないよ。まさかこの短期間で私の服を作っていたとは。君は本当に器用だね。
I like how he's still exposing his back in this outfit. Wait. There's no problem with it at all. To think you made me clothes in such short amount of time. You're very dexterous.
将来は
Dexterous. Ooh.
良き花嫁になりそうだ。
You would make a lovely bride. You're just flattering me. Oh my goodness. I miss Sheen's ass. Listen, anytime Sheen shows up, I take the text bubble away long enough for it to enjoy it. Alright. I don't know if I like his hair in a ponytail. This is the same problem we have with Eve's. Eve's has long hair, but they hides it in a ponytail. Ankou spun in place, clearly in high
君の
spirits.
行為に最大の感謝を。未来永劫、大切に着させてもらおう。
I appreciate the kind gesture. I will treasure this clothing for all eternity.
ちなみに姫君は、普段の私と、この服を着た私。どちらがお気に召したかな？
Which do you prefer? How I look in the clothes you made, or when I wear my usual outfit? Ha. Oh wait, no, I can save over this one. I think your usual appearance at the Watchman of Death is the most memorable.
そうか。それは光栄だ。
I see, it's an honor to hear that. I don't know if this matters. I don't know if this is a choice that matters. Sometimes they do this to me. Fourth choice, IDK, and you're smoking. About your smoking, stop dragging. I can't choose. I can't pick one. Your appearance when you come to me that night and how you currently look are as we're about to go into town. Both versions of you are precious because you're my partner.
そうか。それは光栄だ。耳飾りこそスピネルに預けることになるが。
Well, I will be lending these earrings to
タバコに
Spinel.
君からもらったこの服。
I also have the tobacco and now the clothes you've given me.
現世に降り立ってからというもの。大事な宝がどんどん
As a
増えてい
reminder,
くな。
in the original game,
冥
after
界にもしっかり持ち帰らなくては。
Ankou, I'm talking. After she's saved and she can get older and she can marry Adolf, he kills himself. So what does he care about the earrings? He's lived for hundreds of years. These earrings aren't that precious. They're not that precious. I was gonna say it, they're not that precious. You did all this for her, the earrings aren't that precious. I have been gaining more and more treasures since coming up to this world. I must be sure to take them back with me to Hades. I'm happy to hear it. After sharing the laugh with Ankou in his fresh new outfit. Am I going to make fun of this game during its home stream? No, but stop dragging. Why are we here to suffer? It's a wonderful question. We set out to investigate the mysterious deaths. I feel like we're suffering. I take it personally at this point.
一連の事件とこの国の呪いを同時に追う
Investigating the incidents
ま
and the
た途
country's
方もない
curse
話ね
at the same time. Now, that's quite a handful. Yes, Mama. Adolphe stopped by to give her a quick report. After hearing about their next course of action from her foster son, Sister Salome paused while sewing Leah's clothes.
一連の事件が呪いが形を変えたものという可能性もある。
There's a possibility that the incidents occurred because of the curse.
無事に見つかったあいつも可能な限り手伝うと言ってくれた。
She's safe and sound, and she told me that she was willing to help too. Adolphe was selective with his words, and it seemed that Salome was satisfied as she nodded in
国
response.
立研究所の所長のあの男はそんな非科学的なものは存在しないと主張するでしょうけど
Character having fun while the players and viewers suffering looking at Cupid Parasite Fandus too. Again, I feel like we have to hit a word count for this to be a good game is what they think, and I don't agree with that. I just don't think it has to be that deep. You know what I'm saying? Is that crazy? I don't need a long story. I just need a good story. That Lout working as the head of the institute would probably argue that it's all superstition with no scientific basis.
シアンか。あいつに相談する手も考えたが。
Sheen, I was also considering asking him for help too, actually.
ダメよ。それだけは絶対にダメ。
I absolutely will not allow
ブ
it.
ローの捕獲の時はやむを得なかったけれど、
I understand it was necessary during the operation with Barreau, but
本来はあの子とあなたをあんな危険な男に近づけたくないの。
if I could have it my way, I wouldn't have let either of you go anywhere near that dangerous man. The tone of her
ア
voice
ドルフ
lowered.
幼い頃からあれだけ言い聞かせていたのに、
Adolph, I've been telling you this since you were
あなた
little.
はいまだに自分自身の価値を理解していないのね。
It still seems like you don't fully understand your worth.
もしもあなたを拾ったのが私以外のリライバーだったら、今頃どうなっていたと思うの？
Cupid Parasite's fan disc is trash. Virche's fan disc just boring and mean to Mathis. Mathis didn't have a route. Right? I appreciated Gene. I liked how he looked. He had an okay story history. I did not need it explained more. I didn't need more of it. Not interested. If you wanted to do the same thing they did with the Wanderer and like do a story about how he met his love of his life and more in depth on that, fine. Don't steal Mathis's route for that. Also, don't make their good ending be the one where they die over and over again because they fall in love and they never fix the mechanism. Gene and his girl got a route, not Mathis. Yeah, not necessary. Unnecessary. I liked Collar X Malice fan disc. I have yet to play that one, but it is in my collection. I do owns it. Dang. Also, hi Ribbon. I'm excited to play that one still. We're gonna do PO40, just the first one, and then my goal at some point is to play one of the Code Realizes, the first one, obviously, not any specific one. PO40's fan disc is good. We'll see. My goal is to start PO40 in May. We'll see if I can get through it all in May. My goal is to try to. I don't plan to make it to where I play a game a month, but like this is almost May and I've been playing this since November. I'm not impressed with any others. You're not. What about Radiant Tell? We really liked Radiant Tell. Did you like Radiant Tell? Disrespectful to Mathis, disrespectful to Ankou fans. You did not. Why didn't you like it? Can you imagine what might have happened if you were found by another reliver?
それは
I will say this again. Where is Borishihana's fan disc? I mean, if they're gonna make announcements for Anime Expo, they might announce it. He immediately kept his mouth shut. The instinct he developed in childhood warned him that he should never go against her when she was in this state.
責任感があるのはいいことよ。けれど自警団に入ってからあなたもすっかり無茶をするようになって。
I couldn't get into the first game, so there's no point for the fan disc, I guess. I had a couple of people say they thought that there were too many elements happening in Radiant Tell, like with it being kind of a apocalyptic adventure story with fantasy elements. Like it was just too much in one little ball, so I can see where you can get that way. Borishihana deserves a fan disc. It doesn't have a fan disc, it just hasn't been brought to the US yet. Borishihana's fan disc has side character routes. I could add, but we can add after PO40. I'll put a. I forgot what polls were for a second. I'll put a poll on the Discord for everybody to decide what I play after PO40. Because I could do the Borishihana fan disc. I could do the Borishihana, not the fan disc. I could do the Color X Malice fan disc. Or I could start Code Realize in June. Or we can see what news coming up. So I can put that up once I get close to finishing PO40, so when we're playing next. I need it to be localized soon. I'm hoping they announce some good ones this year. There's so many good games right now that they could just be announcing, and I'd be so happy. It's good to be responsible, but since you joined the corps, you've become quite reckless.
今回の事件が落ち着いたら、イブさんにリーダーを継いでもらって対談したらどうかしら。
Once those incidents are resolved, why not leave the corpse and have Eves become the next
寿
leader?
命と体のこと、そろそろ
I will
ごまかす
crash
のは
out if
難
they
しくなっ
don't
てきている
localize
でし
it.
ょ。
There is like a mosquito in my room. I just keep seeing it. It's stalking me. Surely by now it's become difficult to hide your lifespan and physical conditions, hasn't it?
わかってる。だが今は事件の解決に集中したい。
I understand, but for now I want to focus on my work first. Salome looked slightly surprised to hear Adolphe's response. Whenever she brought up this subject, he would usually change the subject or simply stay
子供た
quiet.
ちの安全にもつながるから
Listen,
調査自体は止めないけれど、本当に無茶だけはしないでちょうだいね。
he needs to go live on the Wanderer's little island. Since this also concerns the children's safety, I won't stop you, but please promise me that you won't do anything rash.
それと一つ聞きたいのだけれど、
Also, there's one last thing I wanted to ask you.
なんだ？
What is it?
再会するまであの子を保護してくれていた人は結局誰だったの？
Tell her truthfully. Go on, say it. Who was it that ended up taking care of Leah before you two were able to meet again?
今一緒にいるあなたなら知っているでしょ？
So hard to type right now. I'm so sorry. It's late for you, isn't it almost midnight? Now that you've seen her, you must know something about them.
ああ、いや、それは。
Well, actually, this was bad. He didn't think to prepare excuses in regards to that. Absent from his report was the suspicious watchman of death, would assist him in discovering the truth behind the curse. Even worse would be revealing that this shady character was now living with Leah. She would throttle him for hours if she found out, which was why he voiced his next words unwillingly.
信頼のおけるやつだ。あいつも慕っているようだし、問題ないと思う。
He's a trustworthy person. He seems to cherish Leah quite a bit, so he won't be a problem, I think. Oh, shoot. That's crazy. It's 12:49. But nah, I'm complaining about typing because my fingers hurt. Oh, is it because you're sick or did you do something else? It's also not your birthday anymore. Plot twist. He couldn't voice his true thoughts. Regardless, he purposefully left out a name, and sure enough,
曖昧すぎて怪しく感じるのは私だけかしら。
that's awfully vague. I can't help but feel that there's something you're hiding. It's 10:50. It's 9:50 here for me. We don't do that daylight saving, so I can never really tell what time zone I'm in. Salome stared at Adolphe with clear suspicion in her gaze. He panicked inwardly, thinking that he messed up in his response
まあいい
until...
でしょう。手紙の内容からして本当に悪い人ではないようだしね。
I'm sure it's alright. He didn't seem like a bad person based on the content of her letter.
こう心配するあまり信じてあげられなくなるようでは母失格だわ。
I'd be a failure of a mother if I worried over my children to the point that I couldn't trust them.
今は何も聞かずにあなたたちを見守ることにします。
I'm in Utah, so we have the same time zone sometimes. Nice. That means I'm on California time right now. Little accident with my fingernail. It was bleeding 2 days ago, so it hurts. Did you smash it or did you tear it too high or like did you get one of those little things on the side and you pulled it and it just kept going? There's so many options. For now, I will simply watch over you without prying too much. Salome gave Adolphe a kind smile.
その代わり危険なことをしているようなら問答無用で連れ戻しますからね。
In exchange, if I believe you two are doing something dangerous, I will bring you both back here without question.
ああ、感謝する。心配ばかりかけて悪いな、マム。
I appreciate. Sorry, we keep worrying you, Mother. Adolphe intentionally breathed a sigh of relief. He said, Mother. After 2 or 3 more minutes of updates, Salome saw Adolphe off with a gentle, loving smile while he gave the simplest of acknowledgments as he left. From the garden blooming with lycorises, the lively voices of the children echoed as they shouted their goodbyes.
呪いの正体を追うだなんて、どういう心境の変化なのかしら。
I wonder what has made him want to pursue the curse. I don't know how it happened, but just teared my fingernail. So this kind of oh god, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. I had my nails and there was like a tear underneath it when I had my my acrylics. Was it this finger or this finger? I can't remember which finger it was. But oh my god, my finger swole. My finger became so swole. And I was crying basically about it. Like, cause it felt like my fingernail was getting ripped off when we took my acrylic off. Like that's what it felt like the entire time. And like I just wanted to cry. And it was tender. It was so tender. It was difficult to imagine any normal person discovering the truth behind the curse that eluded even the understanding of a genius. But you know, Salome, you were alive when the curse happened. Wasn't she? No, it was before her. Just kidding. Ignore me. However, which finger was it? If it's hurting, was it a ring finger?
リライバー化の成功だけで満足してはいけない。
Or an index finger? The ethics of this country are terribly weak. We should not be so reliant on reliver
私たち
technology.
は他国に存在するという普通の人間になる努力をするべきだ。
We must put an effort to live life like the humans outside this country.
死神の呪いを解いて人々を救いたい。
I was shaking because like, oh my god, it was burning when I washed the bleeding. My right thumb. Oh my god. That sounds really bad. I feel your pain and I'm so sorry. I want to save the people by lifting the
リライ
curse.
バー技術に依存する王族を一掃したい。
The reliver-obsessed royal family must be abolished.
まるで私の掲げた目標をあの二人が継いだよ。
It's as if those two have taken over the goal I worked hard towards for years. That means you raise good children, Salome. The babies are taking it over. I suspect that Leah or Adolphe were either Death Reborn or related to Death. It was unthinkable that I could have ever considered offering them to Sheen as test subjects during our collaboration. Of course, such a thought never returned as I realized how much I loved them. And yet you don't feel love at all.
なんだか眩しいわ。
They are such beautiful souls. Nothing had changed in all these decades. The number of supporters who once shared my goal had dwindled considerably. Sheen was now focused on developing more resilient relivers who could last longer than their current lifespan. But even if he were to be successful in creating relivers that could withstand the curse, could one actually call such a person a real human? The people of Arpichel now saw immediate revival after death to be normal and had few objections about dying at 23. I myself had been affected by becoming a reliver. The more I saw people discard their bodies as disposable vessels, the more I felt empty and unable to live with the passion I once had. Sheen's ass. So true. That ass.
私のやっていることはすべて無駄なのかしら。
I wonder if all I've been doing has been for nothing. I did what I could to try and retain my emotions and connections with
普
others.
通の人間としての生を望む人はもうこの国に誰もいないの。
Perhaps there is no life left in the country who wishes to live a normal human life. The sound of the wall clock startled me.
何を弱気になっているのかしら。困難は覚悟の上でこの謎に挑んだのでしょう。
Also, you know, her. I wouldn't mind to see her original look, what she looked like before she turned into a real lifer who had to have her body modified so that the royal family wouldn't figure out who she was. That'd be cool. I shouldn't be thinking so negatively now. I knew what I was facing when I decided to uncover the truth. Mother! I needed to fulfill my promise to
100
him.
年以上かかろうと私は必ずこの国の呪いを解いてみせる。
The way I got bad luck, it's the second time I hurt my finger in the same month. Where other finger did you hurt? And you're sick this whole week? Girl, this is not your month. What the heck? Even if it takes 100 years, I will find a way to break the curse. I could not abandon the noble mission my original self began. I needed to annihilate the curse and the filthy royal family. I would revive as many times as necessary, even if it destroyed me. Ankou and I arrived in Koen to see that last night's incident was the talk of the town. Thankfully, no attention was drawn to me. Listen, the first time, I was dumb. What does that mean? What did you do? According to the newspapers, the Revapor family that governed the island declared Barreau as the culprit. In addition to their pursuit, they also made an announcement to both quell anxiety among the people and assist the royal guard. They prohibited and discouraged the people from investigating the matter on their own. While it was certainly an appropriate course of action to help alleviate anxiety, if what Ankou said is true, then what they're telling everyone is wrong. Therefore, there was no telling when Barreau would strike or when the mysterious deaths would occur again. There was also the matter of the missing prostitutes who had to look into as well. That said,
なりふり構わず調査を行えば、近衛兵に目をつけられそうだね。
I don't know
そ
how I
れと
feel
なく
about
情報
him
を集めるしかないだろう。
wearing pants. I was shaving, I touched the sharp part. The moment I touched it, at that moment I knew I fucked up. Oh no. But with your nail or your finger? What side? If we conduct our investigation carelessly, the Royal Guard will most likely take notice. We'll have to be inconspicuous about it. You're right. Luckily, it seems that the rumors surrounding me have subsided a little bit. My left thumb. So it's not just your thumb, it's both of your thumbs on either hand? Girl, what? No. This sounds like my sister. So one time, like a decade ago, we took a vacation to California and she lives in sandals. And we were walking up an escalator that wasn't working and she kicks it with her foot and she's wearing sandals. So she like stubbed her big toe and then was bleeding bad. And then same trip, a couple days later, she ran over her foot with a shopping cart. Like, and it was her other big toe. And I'm like, dude. Anyways, ever since that day, we bring band-aids with us on trips. Like, oh my god. It was so bad. There was a lot of blood and she lost like her toenail for a while. Like it was a bad time. It was a bad time for her. But like it was a small cut. It's fine. Okay, that's good. I don't know if I still have a scar from it. I might. Yeah, I do. So I cut my finger on a can once. Like after you open it, like with a can opener. Like that. Like my finger slipped and it cut my finger. I tripped barefoot on the concrete last week. Oh my god. Quite a bunch of graceful people, aren't we? Listen, perception and like seeing things really hard these days. Was it uneven concrete at the very least? Like did it hurt? Because you said barefoot. Were there scratches involved? I'll pretend to go on a walk or be out shopping and listen in on any conversations that might help give us some clues. I won't touch anything sharp again. Oh no, wait, I'm lying. Well, I'm not lying. I did cut myself, but the last time I cut my thumb was wrapping presents, so it has been a minute. The tape dispenser, it had like a crack in it. I didn't know until I started pressing down to tear the tape. So I'm doing this motion to tear tape and it cracks and bends and goes more than I thought it would, and it just sliced my finger open. And that was plastic. Of course it hurt. I was holding a cat and couldn't balance myself. That's worse. Oh no. But the cat was fine, right? They just gracefully walked off like, I can't believe you did this. Oh man. You know when they say like Catwoman, like she's got to be the only person I know that can land on her feet. Like, oh my god, I'll pretend to go on a walk. See if I can get some clues. Eavesdrop, if you will. 5 years ago, I used a knife to open something and accidentally cut my finger. Oh my gosh. I feel like I might have cutting myself on our pizza cutter. Like, hear me out. It's sharp, and there's no way to protect yourself from that. And I was like, is this sharp? Tap, tap. Ooh, that's sharp. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be someday soon. Ankou and I went further into Cohen. We encountered chatter of the incident without much effort. As the topic dominated most conversations throughout the town. Safety scissors only for you, my friend. Oh my gosh. They don't even cut paper though. I heard that there were corpses of both men and women in the alley. It's terrifying.
エクソシスト教団が運営してるあの病院近くでも被害者が出たみたいだぞ。
Moreover, it seems that there were victims by the hospital run by the Society of Exorcists too. There were those who were on edge because of recent events.
いらっしゃい。新しく入荷した品だよ。見ておいで。
Welcome, we got some new stock in, so come take a look. There were also those who purposefully acted normally to shake off the mood of uneasiness. Safety scissors, knives, anything sharp might have to be put away from me. I just picture us living our lives like a Final Destination where you put all the sharp objects away, no bottle openers, nothing like that has a point on it. After completing one lap around the marché, we felt it was a good time to take a break while also organizing the information we gathered so far. There seemed to be a trend where many of the Barreau victims are located in Chaitis. On the other hand, the mysterious deaths are occurring all over the island regardless of district. In other words, we can assume that Barreau targets are predetermined. Hiccups, oh my gosh. While the victims of the mysterious deaths seem to be indiscriminate, I looked towards Ankou as if to ask him if I was on the right track.
聡明だね。
Like,
わずかな
please?
手がかりだけでそこまでたどり着くとは。
It's like, you can't tell me, but you can shake your head yes or no, right, Ankou? You're very clever. It's impressive that you were able to deduce this much, even with little information we have. Does that mean?
ああ、完全にではないが、君の予想はおおむね合っている。
You're getting close. While there are still pieces that are missing, your assumption is more or less correct.
それをもとに調査を進めれば、被害者の共通点が明確になるだろう。
If we can use that as a basis for our investigation moving forward, we'll find out what they have in common soon enough. So far, what happened in this route is smoking Ankou pants. Yeah, yes. That's it. That's all that's happened. And I appreciate them giving them alternate looks. I just don't think he belongs in pants. And I think he would have more of behind. Like, I feel like this is very straight. Does that seem too straight to you? Like, his bustle skirt seems really straight. I managed to shed some light on the truth, which Ankou verified. I'm happy to hear it. I was worried that our work today would be in vain. But with this, I'm sure will be of some help to everyone in the corps. Regardless, our work was far from done. It seems that there were some victims in the area by the hospital. Sheen belongs in pants and showing that ass, that's true. I mean, he was drawn for that. Like, there's like showing off your tools, and then there's showing off your tools. And he's all like, look, I have some vials on my hips. Like, they need to lean more into it. It's hilarious. I want all his art to just be him showing that. If we could talk to someone with ties to the facility, that would be perfect. But Ankou opened his mouth as if to respond, but before he could say anything...
おや、病院がどうかしましたか?
Lucas, listen. Ankou knows he's a murderer. Ankou knows, right? What's this I hear about the hospital? Ew, ew, ew. I heard some light footsteps coming from the road further down from us. Sometimes I think about when we first played this game, and it was basically just me and Asia playing this game, and he was so sweet and cute, and we spent the day with him, and he was like, I gotta spend the day with her, and we're like, this is so cute, and then like he ruined it. Like, remember that? Remember before we knew? Because I just think about that scene where we're just like, oh, it's so cute, and then, oh god, I was thirsty. Yeah, so was I. He was one of my top picks just from looks, and I knew he was a killer. I wasn't confused. I knew he was Barreau, but he could be Barreau and not terrible. I mean, he could be terrible, but not to me. Man, I think about that sometimes. Cause it went from like to Lucas. So fast. So fast. Thank you for keeping me hydrated, by the way. Oh my god. It's not the first time I fell for a killer. Yeah, it's not the first time I fell for a killer. Probably won't be the last, but I will never fall for someone who puts me in a cage. Don't put me in a cage. Don't do it.
お久しぶりです。無事にアドルフ君が見つけたと聞いて安心しました。
Gonna sleep. Take care. All right, have a good night, Ribbon. Thanks for spending time with me. I always fall in love with assassins. You know, that could be a sign. But do assassins always put you in cages? No, not necessarily. It's been a while. I was relieved to hear from Adolphe that he found you and you were safe and sound.
みんな、行方がわからなくなった君のことを心から心配していましたよ。
Everyone was truly worried about you when you disappeared. Crazy. That's crazy.
無論、私も含めて。
Myself included, of course. I'm really sorry for worrying you all. I lowered my head and
頭
apologized
を上げてく
sincerely.
ださい。君がそこまで追い詰められていたことに気がつかなかった私たちにも非はあります。
There are 3 assassins I fell in love with and they don't throw my ass in a cage, right? Again, I was like, this is Barreau, he's a killer, that's sexy and a story only. And then he put me in a cage and force kissed me, and I was like, oh my gosh. He's not just any kind of monster, he's this kind of monster. Please raise your head. We are also to blame for not realizing the extent to which you were driven to take such drastic measures.
それより、そちらの方は新しいお友達ですか?
I was pissed. I was pissed. That aside, who might this gentleman be? A new friend, perhaps? Oh yes, he's Ankou. Ankou is the person who took care of me while I was away. He's been helping me with many things, even now. Ankou, this is Lucas. He used to be my teacher.
よろしく頼むよ。
Surprised
聞けば
Ankou can
君は
smile.
姫ぎ
He knows.
彼女を支えてくれた良き教師だとか。
I'm a fool. I shouldn't with the gloss. I should have stayed with the chapstick. It is a pleasure to meet you. From what I hear, it appears you have given my prince her much support as a teacher.
大切な教え子を守り導くのは教師として当然のこと。
Protecting and guiding my precious students is simply part of my duties.
彼女のご友人ならば、ぜひ私とも親しくしていただけると
Since you are
嬉しい
a
です。
friend of hers, I hope we can get along as well. The two gave each other a friendly handshake. Their long hair swayed with their movements.
それで、病院と聞こえましたが、もしやエクソシスト教団の病院に何か用事が？
I never noticed this until now, but was this intentional? Because he's got gorgeous blue eyes and red earrings, and then Ankou has red eyes and blue earrings, and then he wears like white, and then he wears like black. I want to rewatch the Cage scene. I remember realizing, oh shit, is he about to? And then sees Cage. At the moment, all I could see is red. Honestly, I should just take parts from that and turn it into like things. Oh my god, I could not. I was so mad. You don't put me in a cage. You don't put baby in a cage. You treat baby like an angel. Don't put her in a cage. Going back to what I overheard earlier, I believe you were talking about the hospital ran by the Society of Exorcists. Yes, we're actually investigating the string of incidents to aid Adolf. Which was why we wished to speak to those with ties to the hospital about the mysterious deaths that occurred near there. Lucas, I fucking hate you. Oh gosh, I explained our situation while leaving out details here and there regarding Ankou's identity.
私としては君に物騒な事件へ関わってほしくはないのですが、
Well, I don't wish for you to become entangled in such dangerous incidents.
君にも譲れないものがあるのでしょう。聞き取り調査程度なら危険も少ないでしょうから。
Also, my friend, I was talking about this with her once recently, and she was like, oh, the one that's not in France, but it's like France. I'm like, yeah, the one that's like not in France, but it's like France. Like, look at these buildings. I'm sure you have a reason for doing so. There shouldn't be too much risk if you simply are collecting information. Lucas nodded in
私でよけ
understanding.
れば病院に許可を取りましょう。あそこには妹が入院していますしね。
If you let me lend a hand as well, I can request approval from the hospital. My younger sister is a patient there. I don't care about... oh god, I don't. I did hear about your sister from Dr. Capuchin, but...
その話が本当ならありがたい限りだが、本当にいいのかい？
Cages are dangerous to my safety. Yeah, for more than one
王
reason.
族は
Oops, I hit
事件へ
auto.
の関与そのものを禁じているのだろう。知られれば無用な
If
騒
there's
ぎを
a
招くので
fire
は。
and I'm in a cage, I can't get out. 2, I can't get out. 3, you don't put someone you care about in a cage. 4, no, just no. No. While we appreciate the offer, is it truly alright for you to help us? I believe the royal family has prohibited any involvement in the incidents. If someone finds out, it wouldn't invite needless
治安を守る
chaos.
ことは妹の安全にもつながりますから。
Protecting the peace is also related to my sister's safety.
その代わりと言ってはなんですが、病院に行った際はぜひあの子ともお話ししてあげてください。
While it isn't exactly a condition per se, I would appreciate it if you could speak to my sister when you do go. Aw. I do like seeing Nadia. You don't put people you love in cages, looking at yanderes. Yeah. You can get insanely jealous. You can whatever, but if you put me in a cage, you've gone too far and I don't appreciate it. Of course, I was thinking that I wanted to meet her myself. Yes. A smile of gratitude formed on Lucas's
それ
face.
では手配ができ次第アドルフ君の家まで伝えに行きますね。
Once the arrangements have been made, I'll pay you a visit at Adolph's house. How did you know I was at Adolph's house?
それまで危ないことはせず、いい子で待っていてください。
In the meantime, please wait for me and don't put yourself in danger. He must have heard about what happened in the alley that night from Adolf. He left right after making his request.
良き教師だね。
He seems like a fine teacher. Don't you lie to me. In the original game, when I picked him, you said, oh, you're picking that guy. You said it like that. He is. He's a kind person who would never hurt a fly, who's willing to go out of his way to speak to someone like me. Knowing that he has a sister, I'll have to try my hardest to not get her involved.
そうだね。だが今日はこの辺りにしておこう。あまり長引くと、巡回している近衛兵の目に留まってしまう。
I feel the same way, but let us stop for today. I am concerned that those on patrol will grow suspicious if we stay too long. As he spoke, he reached a hand towards me. Are we gonna hold hands? Ankou? When I looked surprised by the gesture, Ankou dropped his gaze, seemingly unsure of what came over him.
ああ、これはすまない。最近君と手をつなぐ機会が多いから、すっかり癖になってしまっていた。
Forgive me. There has been several occasions that we have held hands as of late that I'm afraid have become habit. That it's become habit. Yeah, take the man's hand. After realizing what he had done, Ankou quickly tried to move his hand back. There's no need to pull away. Then why act surprised? I grabbed onto it before he could do so, and he looked at me in surprise.
姫君。
Princess? I've also begun to feel that holding hands with you is quite normal now. So if you don't mind, I'd like it if we could stay this way for a bit.
ああ、それが君の望みならば。
Of course, anything you wish. We began to walk towards town with a slight awkwardness between us. While your hand feels cold, there's also a warmth to it. It calms my nerves.
それは矛盾していないかな。
That sounds contradictory. I mean it. I feel that your presence itself is warm, so it's something beyond your regular body temperature.
そんな嬉しいことを言われたら、このまま君を冥界まで連れて行きたくなってしまうよ。
He continues to be my favorite person in the entire friggin' world. If you keep telling me things like that, things that make me happy, I cannot promise that I won't steal you away to Hades. Like, please do. If Adolf caught wind of that, he would come running in a real fit of anger. Ankou smiled kindly in response. That moment had briefly made him feel almost human. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but regardless, the sight warmed my heart. And we haven't had a CG yet, by the way, and we're on chapter 3.
お前、どれだけ俺の家の中を好き勝手漁りやがったんだ。
Oh my goodness. How much do you have to scavenge through my house? Oh, this is an old one. See? We've
棚
seen
を
this
荒
one
らすだけ
before.
荒ら
This
すわ。
isn't new.
鏡は割るわ。挙句の果てに手帳には
Why are you doing this to
落書
me?
き。
That's not how you spell that word, but she'll figure it out. She's smart. They keep doing this. They keep doing this, though. They're reusing the old ones. We don't get a new one. Not only did you make a mess of the shelves and break my mirror, but you also scribbled in my notebook.
どうしてくれんだ。今後の予定が全部書いてあったんだぞ。
What the hell are you gonna do about this? I had my schedule for the whole damn month in
信
there.
じるに値しない他人がいると分かっていながら、無防備に放置した君が悪い。
It's your fault for
金
leaving
品や
them
日記に手を出さなかっただけでも感謝してほしいものだね。
in the midst of someone you do not trust. You should thank me for not touching your money or diary.
へりくつを。
Why you? Right before our early dinner that night, Adolf was pounding the table and shouting at Ankou, interested himself in the utensils he was fiddling with. When did you do that, Ankou? I'm sorry, Adolf. I didn't notice at all, even though we were in the same
何
room.
姫君が謝る必要はないとも。
Now, dear princess, there's no need to apologize.
それは俺のセリフで、加害者であるお前が言う権利はねえんだよ。
That's not for me to say. That's for me to say. You're the damn culprit, so you've got no right. Ankou played with his hair without much regards for the anger being directed at him, only offering a dismissive yes, yes. It was actually pretty funny to watch the two of them go at it, but if neither of you has planned to eat, should I just clear the table?
あ、いや、そんなつもりは。
No, that was not my...
悪い。今話すことじゃなかったな。
Sorry, I shouldn't be doing this now. That's right. The two quickly straightened up their seats and began to eat the food I prepared. Is this when they're gonna shake? This is the first time you're eating my food, isn't it?
ああ。君が手料理を振る舞ってくれると聞いて、とても楽しみにしていたんだ。
Yes, I've been looking forward to it ever since you mentioned you would be treating me to your cooking. My skills aren't particularly worth boasting about, but I do hope you like it. After taking a quick look at the dishes on the table, Ankou reached for my specialty, a bowl of stew. Adolf also did so at the same time. It was his favorite after all. After a momentary silence, Ankou slowly brought the spoonful of stew to his mouth. In that next moment, he shivers, right? We're getting flashbacks again. Yeah. As they had a taste of the stew, they both trembled slightly at the same time. We're going back in time. We're repeating history. Adolf had a habit where his body would tremble when eating my stew, which was his favorite dish. While it wasn't a surprise to see him react that way, why did Ankou did the same thing? The event lasted less than a second, so neither of them had realized the other had mirrored their movements exactly. It must be a coincidence. Maybe he was just shocked by how human food tastes. It feels like I'm having deja vu for some reason. Ads. Ankou, did you not like it?
あ、いや。あまりにも美味だったから。
No, I'm just simply startled by how delicious it is.
驚いてしまってね。
Should I start skipping again? Why are we doing this? Don't do
これほど優
this.
しい味の料理を食べるのは一体何百年ぶりだろ
It's been hundreds of years since I've tasted food so exquisite. You're just flattering me. But I'm still happy you enjoy it. Thank you very much. After a short delay from Ankou's response, Adolf also began to eat his stew in silence. Can I burn the fan disc too? That's actually on par for this story. A short delay from Ankou's response, Adolf began to eat his stew in silence. So it's not just tobacco, but food in general that you enjoy?
う。大量摂取は不可能だが食べられなくはないよ。姫君が手ずから用意してくれたものであればなおさらだ。
I do like the subtle nuances here and there, like how he still has the brown ribbon. I know I said this before. He's got the brown ribbon in his hair. He's got the brown ribbon on his wrist. His hand faces up. His hand faces down. You know, the little things that let you know they're the same person. That's it. That's all I got. It's impossible for me to eat much, but I can enjoy a normal meal all the more if it's prepared by my dear princess.
普段はうまくもないだけを食しているから温かな料理を食べること自体新鮮な体験だ。
Can't believe I'm burning through Atomi, Cupid, Parasite, Fantastic, Virche, and Virche Fantas. First off, you can't burn Virche. Virche was fine. It had some moments, but like it's not like nothing like this. I usually consume those bland Lycoris VOD, so having something warm to eat is a delightful experience in itself.
なんだこれも口にできないのか。
I'm still gonna burn it. Really, I'm forbidden from saying that as well. Having once again been disrupted, Ankou ran his fingers over his throat with frustration.
なんだ今のは。
The hell was that? Come to think of it, this is the first time you've heard it. Ankou said that, blah 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 blah. Sometimes he can't say the words he wants to say. We already know this. This is not news. I did my best to explain.
本
We're
当に
skipping.
人間じゃん。
You really
何
aren't
度も
human.
そう言っている。 この世の人
I'm unable to discuss what's a mystery. When you were confirming my theories, there weren't any disruptions. I believe that if we get closer to the truth, you'll be able to speak.
まどろっこ
What a pain. We've been here before. I don't like flashbacks. Ankou resumed his meal and cleanly finished his remaining stew. We followed suit and quietly finished our meals before they got cold. After washing it down with some water, we began to discuss our next course of action.
呪いのことを調べるなら研究所に当たるのが一番だろ
I think the best place to learn about the curse is
う
the
所長のシア
Institute.
ンは今でこそ呪いに対抗できるリライバーの作成に力を入れているが
Sheen still, who's the director there, is still looking into creating relivers that can withstand the
かつ
curse.
ては呪いの原因を調べていた時期があるらしい
He apparently was looking into the cause of the curse at some point. Just being petty. You can be petty. It's okay. I will never stop that. Sheen, he also helped with the plan to capture Barreau.
ああその縁で接触すること自体は可能だが
I should be able to get in touch with him based on that alone,
今あい
but
つは変死事件を最優先にしてるからな今さらこの件で応じるかどうか
it looks like he's prioritizing the mysterious death at the moment, so I'm not sure if he would help.
ならば別の協力者を見つけるべきだろう
It may be best to search for a different
ス
collaborator
ピネル
then.
の件もある彼女を真っ先に実験体にしそうな人間との接触は控えたい
We also have to keep Spinel in mind. I'd like to avoid working with someone who would want to treat her as a test
あい
subject.
つなら危機として解剖するだろうな
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to perform all sorts of analytics and autopsies on her. I wonder what kind of person Sheen really is. While I wanted to ask, I knew that what would follow would derail the conversation. How about asking someone with a strong understanding of the human body? We can discuss the symptoms of the curse with them. Perhaps someone like a doctor? Ankou visibly reacted to my
そう
proposal.
いえば教師の彼と病院を訪ねる約束をしたのだったね
That's right. We made arrangements with your teachers so he would put in a request at the hospital for us. While I haven't forgotten what you and Spinel warned me about, I believe this would also be the perfect chance to ask both the doctors and the patients about the mysterious death.
確かにな同時に調査ができるなら自警団としてもありがたい
Imagine being told not to trust that guy and still trusting that guy, kind of. That's true. If you could look into both of those issues, it would be a huge help to the corpse. The matter of our next steps were settled, and we planned to set off to the hospital whenever Lucas informed us of their approval. Oh, my stars. We accidentally. After dinner and a short rest, we decided to retire to bed earlier than usual to get plenty of rest for the next day.
空いてる部屋を軽く掃除したお前はこっちの部屋で寝ろ俺たちは向こうの部屋で雑魚寝する
I did some light cleaning in the empty bed. In the empty room, you sleep here, we'll share the other. I can't let you do that. I'm fine with sleeping on the floor so Ankou can have.
それなら私と姫君で共に寝ればいい話だ
In that case, my dear princess and I will sleep together.
質素だが久しぶりに君をまともな場所で寝かせてあげることができる
Well, it may be plain. It's been quite some time since you slept in proper bedding after all.
おいで姫君今夜も私が添い寝をして君を悪夢から守ってあげ
He continues to be a problem for me. Come here, dear princess. I will sleep with you again tonight and protect you from your nightmare.
うせろただの居
Get
候
off, freeloader. As soon as Ankou tried to coax me into bed with him, Adolphe mercifully dragged him off.
そんなことさせるわけねえだろ というか、今夜もってのはどういう意味だ？
There's no way I'm allowing that. Also, what do you mean by sleeping with her again?
想像に任せよう。私は不安に駆られる姫君を一人で寝かせる趣味はないのでね。
I'll leave that up to your imagination. I do not intend on having her sleep alone while her mind is riddled with anxious thoughts. We never really slept together, though. Despite that fact, it seemed that Adolf had pictured the absolute worst case scenario. He shifted into a slight battle stance. He attempted to land a kick on Ankou, failed as his target quickly avoided it. Ankou took advantage of the small opening to get back on his feet.
甘いな。その程度で私を罰するつもりとは。
Too easy. Do you really intend to punish me with something like that?
どうって。
Oh. He kicked the back of Adolph's knee just enough to get him to kneel, but not fall over completely.
てめえ。
You bastard.
騎士気取りで勘違いも甚だしい上に短気とは救いようがない。これで姫君の兄とは聞いて呆れる。
You pretend to be a knight in shining armor, jump to conclusions too quickly, and have a temper. You make a terrible older brother.
てめえこそ肝心なことを話せない役立たずのくせによく言う。
そうなのね。
I was thinking about Stray Kids again. Just staring at like a window with rain on it, like, Stray Kids. I can't believe some useless guy who can't even tell us anything remotely helpful has the gall to say that.
何をする？人の髪をわしづかむとは野蛮だな。ますます姫君にふさわしくない。
How dare you, you barbaric act of grabbing my hair further proves that my point that you are unworthy of the princess.
そっちこそ人の顔を強引に押しのけようとするんじゃねえ。
You're one to talk, stop pushing against my face like that. As I watched their exchange, a wide smile formed on my face as I held my stomach as I laughed out loud.
おい。
Hey,
姫君？
princess? I'm sorry. I couldn't help but laugh. You two are adults, but you're fighting like children. It's especially surprising to see that you had the sight of you, Ankou. The two men who were tussling about just moments ago loosened up upon hearing my laughter.
心の底から心外だが、姫君の愛らしい笑顔が見れた以上は何も言わないでおいてやろう。
By the way, please notice I never think about men in real life until I met Stray Kids. I'm so proud of you for having a person crush that is not 2D animated or 3D animated. That is great, and I'm proud of you. Someday soon, who knows? Perhaps it'll be someone more obtainable. But I understand. While this whole situation is utterly vexing at the very least, I was able to see her adorable smile. I will leave it at that.
それはこっちのセリフだ。
That's what I was going to say. Seeing me laugh so hard that my shoulders shook made them smile. Their awkward expression seemed somewhat similar. I was unable to hold back another giggle at the sight. While my stomach ached for a while afterwards, my laughter eventually subsided and we prepared for bed. Good night, you two. Sweet dreams.
ああ、おやすみ。何かあればすぐに起こせよ。
Let me live. Live. You do it, girl. I am really proud of you. Again, it takes time. Good night. Wake me up if you need anything. As I bid the two good night as they headed towards the door to their room, Adolphe responded as he usually did. Plus, I'm not planning to date men unless K-pop idol. That's fair. Have standards. Few seconds later.
おやすみ。
Good night. Ankou responded quietly after a short delay. Oh god, hiccups again. He spoke with the same kind voice he used when he had taken care of me at his hideout. Just hearing them both say goodnight to me gives me the willpower to keep living. I felt that I was able to sleep peacefully for the first time in a long time. The next day, Adolf had his hands full with the search for Barreau as a member of the corps. While he was busy with the manhunt, Ankou and I went to the hospital. Lucas managed to get approval for us to visit.
はじめまして、ナディア・プルーストです。兄様がいつもお世話になってます。
I'm married to Bang Chang. Every stray says that. Plus, there was a couple funny I'm married to Bang Chang clips. Perfect. I believe it. Nice to meet you. My name is Nadia Proust. Thank you for being so kind to my brother. There I encountered a cute young girl who looked like a fairy from a storybook. She's adorable. There were the only words that popped into my mind at first.
うり二つだね。兄弟とはいえ、ここまで血のつながりが分かりやすいことはめったにないだろう。
You look like twins. While I understand that you are siblings, it's rare to see such striking similarities.
遺伝子の神秘とはまさにこのことか。
I suppose this is another one of the mysteries of genetics.
遺伝なのは間違いありませんね。この子も私も母親似なもので。
You're definitely correct about it being genetics. We both take after our mother.
大好きな兄様とそっくりだなんて嬉しい。
There was a clip of Bang Chang singing, "Hey, stay. I think I want to marry you." Bang Chan is Delulu, and he made us Delulu too. Is it the Bruno Mars song? I'm happy to know that I look so much like my brother.
兄様と一緒にこれからも仲良くしてくれると嬉しいわ。
I'd love it if he could get along just as you have with my brother. I hope so too. I'm very glad to have made a lovely new friend. I gently squeezed the hand she extended to
二
us.
人はカプシーヌ先生ともお友達なのよね。
I believe you're also friends with Dr. Capuchin. We only met briefly the other day, but he helped us a great deal. I was sure that the man himself had mixed feelings regarding what happened, though.
先生は私を見てくれるとっても優しいお医者様なのよ。
He's a very kind doctor who takes very good care of me.
今日もあなたたちのお見舞いに同席するって言っていたけれど。
I think a fan literally gave him marriage paperwork too. You know what? That's commitment to a bit. I don't know why I just pictured that meme where it's all like, where he put like a ring on their finger and they just start singing like the ooh, dancing. I can't think of the song. He said he would join us during our visit today, Leah, but
その割には姿が見えないが。
I don't see him anywhere.
実は
Actually. We heard groaning coming from the door that led into the corridor. As both Ankou and I looked over, wondering what it could be.
待たせたね。なんでもナディア君の見舞いと
He literally gave a fan his
病院
necklace
で
at
起
a
きた事件の
concert.
ことできたとか。
How cute was she? Like, hang on. There we go. Sorry to keep you waiting. You're here to visit Nadia, and you also wish to ask about the incident around here, correct? So that's the way I'm totally not jealous. Like at all. Like look how natural I am. Gonna see, the thing BTS used to do is J-Hope used to give a bag to people in the concerts. Got the same bag. Every concert he'd give it away to somebody. The doctor stumbled into the room, his face as white as a sheet. He clung to the wall for support. Dr. Capuchin, you look absolutely awful. Are you feeling well?
問題ない。これ二日酔いが長引いているだけだ。
I'm Fine, this is simply a hangover that is overstaying its welcome. He's getting drunk with Spinel. Spinel? A hangover? Dr. Capuchin slowly began to explain his situation to us with his hand over
お
his
とと
mouth.
い先日君たちと共にいたあのスピネルという女性に
The day
強
before
引に酒場
yesterday,
に連れて行かれてね
the woman you were on the beach with Spinel dragged me into a bar.
これでもかというほど酒を飲まされ未だにそれが抜けていないんだ
She forced me to drink endless amounts of alcohol, and I suppose it still hasn't left my system. Spinel did that?
しばらく姿を見ないと思ったら何をやってるんだ彼女は
Just when I thought we had not heard from her, what is this woman doing? Bachang always looks at someone and was like, come here. If he do that to me, my ass will walk to him. I mean, if he does the come here, you have permission to jump over a barricade, I think. I'm pretty sure.
そういう経緯もあり、この2日間、カプシーヌ先生の体調は最悪も同然でして。
Due to his circumstances, Dr. Capuchin has been in a very bad condition for the past 2
ナディア
days.
の回診は別の方がしてくれているんです。
Because of this, another doctor has been doing the rounds and looking after Nadia. He better not be surprised if someone actually do it.
今も気分が悪くて仕方ないのだがナディア君の見舞いに来てくれた君たちに
I believe the phrase is fuck around and find out, and he's gonna find out. Oh. To be frank, I'm still extremely unwell, but at the very least, I want to stop by while you two were here to visit Nadia.
しかし本当に何なんだ彼女は
That aside, just what is that woman?
私もクーネで暮らして長いがあんな強引かつ非常識な女性を
I lived in
初め
Cohen
て見た
for a very long time, but I have never met anyone as overbearing and unreasonable. Well,
私たちも彼女とは知り合ったばかりでね詳しいことは何も知らないんだ
I want to use the same move on him and be like, you come here. Do it like Scorpion though. Like Mortal Kombat. You're like, get over here, and you just like giggle. You know what I mean? That's actually the wrong one, isn't it? No, it's Scorpion. Scorpion, right? We've only just met her ourselves. We do not know much about her life. Ankou stepped in to respond to Dr. Capuchin's
そんな
question.
に調子が悪いのなら別室で休んだらどうかな
If you are feeling unwell, I would suggest getting some rest in a separate
うん
room.
そうさせてもらおうすまないが調査の件はリュカ君や他の医師に聞いてくる
I'll do just that. I'm very sorry, but please ask Lucas and the other doctors regarding your investigation. He pressed his hand against his mouth and flew out of the room at a frightening speed. I hope he's alright. I heard from Adolphe that hangovers are truly awful.
お酒って怖いのね兄様もいっぱい飲みすぎないように気をつけて
Alcohol sounds terrifying. Brother, please, take care to not drink too much.
心配いりませんよ、ナディア。私はいつもほどほどの量で止めていますから。
There's nothing for you to worry about, Nadia. I always stop before drinking before I've had too much.
うん
Ankou, what was that? What was that about? Nadia and I resumed our friendly conversation after Capuchin left. Does he get truly drunk? I can't remember. Is he one of the really bad drunks? I know Sheen is. After some time, she grew tired from talking and fell fast asleep. We took that opportunity to move to a different room. Tempted to strangle Lucas. I mean, you could try, but he's stronger than you. When looking over material, I had looked over material regarding the mysterious death that occurred nearby and records of those who died from the curse. Actually, oh god, there's a movie. I want to watch it. I haven't watched it in a very long time. It stars Tim Curry and Tom Cruise, and it's from like the 80s, and it's called Legend. And like, I remember like being in love with Tim Curry in this movie, and he basically looks like Satan in that movie. And I don't know, like, I was thinking about, like, you know, he kidnaps a girl, but I would have stayed? Am I the problem? Like, I also thought the chick looked cool in the outfit he put her in. Just saying. Looked over materials regarding the mysterious death that occurred nearby and records of those who died from the curse. All of the stuff written about the curse and things we already know.
その代わり変死事件の資料は充実しているようだ。
But on the other hand, it seems that we have plenty of information to look through for the mysterious death.
ええ。遺体発見当時、怪我人と間違えられた数名がこの
Certainly.
病院に運ばれてきたようですが、
When they found the bodies, several were brought here since they were mistaken as wounded patients.
いずれも手の施しようがなく、この衛兵たちが早々に回収に訪れ、
But they were beyond saving, and the royal guards quickly arrived to collect the corpses.
その後わずかに遅れて、シアンさんが手配した警備兵が現れたそうですが、
Shortly afterwards, some guards that were working for Sheen came
一
by,
歩遅かったということだね。
but they were too late. I may be looking into it too much, but this combined with the incident in Koen makes it seem like the royal guard is intentionally preventing Sheen from examining the bodies.
私もただの偶然とは思えません。
I don't believe that there is a mere coincidence
もしかしたら
either.
変死事件には彼らの主である王族が関わっているのやも。
Perhaps the very people they work under. Perhaps the very people they work under, the royal family, are involved with these mysterious deaths. We continue to flip through the documents in search of more helpful clues. This seems to be a list of the victims they were able to identify. Ankou peered over, his gaze going over the list of names. At a glance, they seem to be only relivers. Also, there's an equal number of men and women.
何か理由があるのかもしれません。とはいえ、純粋な人間に被害がないとは言い切れない。
There must be a reason, however, we cannot say for sure yet that regular humans are not getting hurt either.
君も油断せず体調管理を徹底してください。異変があればすぐお医者様に。
That said, please do take care to prioritize your well-being. If there's anything wrong at all, see a doctor as soon as you can. Please do the same, Lucas. If something were to happen to you, Nadia would be devastated.
ええ。肝に銘じます。
I saw a very hot picture of one of the ATs members. Someone left a comment saying I would let him step on me. I was like, same, bestie. Oh my gosh, that's how I feel about Rhea Ripley. Step on me. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Hear me out. We resumed reading through the materials after our exchange. By the time we had finished going through them, the sun had already begun to set. We decided to disperse for the time being. After promising to visit Nadia again, Ankou left the hospital room at first. I noticed Lucas staring intently at me as he saw us off. Lucas, is there something on my face?
いえ、そういうわけでは。ただ、
Not at all, however.
以前に比べてとても良い顔をするようになりましたね。
You have a much better expression on your face now compared to before, Leah.
今の君には生きようとする意志が溢れています。
I can feel an immense will to live from you now. I stood there in a daze upon hearing his words. A will to live. While it was true that I was telling myself that I couldn't die now that I had an objective to work towards, I didn't think that was exactly what Lucas was hinting at. Since I saw very hot clips of him definitely letting him step on me, by the way, first time I ever saw him say that. Aww, look at Asia growing. I didn't think that was exactly what Lucas was hinting at.
ええ、生きることが楽しいと、そう心から思っている顔です。
It appears that you are enjoying life. The expression on your face tells me so. Does it really? I cupped my cheeks with both of my hands, but there was no way to tell just by doing that. Lucas seemed to see right through me.
一目見ればわかります。
I could tell right away.
その良き変化は彼、アンクーさんがもたらしてくれたものなのでしょ？
As for the reason behind the positive change, could it be that Ankou is the catalyst that brought this about? Perhaps. You may be right. I've learned to feel so many emotions and found many things to do ever since meeting him. And thanks to that, I no longer have the time to cry and feel sorry for myself. I felt strangely embarrassed by his question and gave him a vague response. Lucas, I still hate you. We enjoy life away from you, sir. It's true.
姫君、中で何を話しているのかな？
Dear
この病
princess,
院にまだ用事があるのなら付き従うが。
what are you discussing in here? It feels... If you still have business to attend to here, I'll be happy to accompany you. We both stared at Ankou, who was completely unaware of the conversation we were having before his return. And then we gave each other a knowing
君にとって
smile.
彼は幸運の象徴ですね。
He surely must be fortune incarnate to you. Yes, and thanks to him saving me from the brink of death, I was able to meet Nadia, among other things.
うん？
Lucas, shut up. Like, literally.
それではナディア、兄様もそろそろ帰ります。
I want a love story, right? I know who did it. I already got all that information. I don't want to live this story again. Just give me the man. It's about time for me to leave as well,
明
Nadia.
日も来ますから安静にしているんですよ。
I'll return tomorrow. Make sure you get plenty of rest.
ええ、今日は素敵なお客様を連れてきてくれてありがとう、
I
兄様。
will. Thank you for bringing over such wonderful guests,
彼
brother.
女も彼女のお友達も兄様から聞いていた以上に素敵な人たちだったわ。
Both Leah and her friend were lovelier than you described.
それはよかった。彼女のことはずっと心配していましたが、
I'm happy to hear that. I've been worried about Leah for a long time
この
now.
短い間にすっかり強くなって教師として誇らしい。
But she's grown so strong in such a short amount of time. As her teacher, I'm very proud of her. Nadia, I love you. I know. I wanted to see grown-up Nadia. They could have given us that, by the way. But no.
むしろ生きようとするあの強い意志を見習いたいぐらいです。
Actually, I'd like to go a step further and say I'd like to emulate her strong determination to live
兄
myself.
様、
Brother?
大丈夫。兄様は特別丈夫ですから。まだあなたのそばにいられますよ。
You've nothing to worry
ナ
about.
ディア。
I have an especially strong body, so I'll be able to stay by your side for a long time, Nadia.
ただ教師として生徒に負けていられないと思いまして。
I just thought that as a teacher, I cannot lose to my own student.
私も寿命がもうすぐなんて悲観的にならず、
I should stop dreading the end of my
寿命
lifespan
はまだまだ残っていると思いながら生きようと思います。
and try to live positively, viewing things from the perspective that I still have plenty of life left to live.
私も兄様がたくさん笑っているところが見たいわ。
Good. I'd also like to see you smile more,
時
brother.
間と神様が許してくれるその時まで。
At least in the remainder of the time given to you by God.
兄様ったらくすぐったい。
Hehe, that tickles.
すみません。急に抱きしめ
Stop
たくなって
talking,
しまっ
sir.
て。
I'm sorry, I suddenly felt like giving you a hug.
優しいナディア。どうかあなたも生きる意志を見失わないで。
Sweet little Nadia, please don't lose your will to live
た
either.
とえ私が先に死んでも、あなたが頑張って生き抜けることを。
I love watching
祈
you
っています
go to
か？
the dark side, Asia, because it's just like, hate. Okay, Anakin, you got this. Even if I leave this world before you, I pray that you will try to keep living.
ありがとう、兄様。
Thank you, brother. Remember, this is Ankou's route. This is the route where we get Ankou, question mark?
先に 死んでも、
If I leave
もう
this world
死ぬ
before
覚
you.
悟を固めてしまっているのね、
Sounds like my
兄
brother's
様は。
already preparing to die.
あのね、兄様。私、本当は、もっともっと、兄様と一緒にいたい。
Dear brother, I actually want to be with you for much, much longer.
置いていかれたくない。せめて、私が息を引き取るまで
I
手
don't
を
want you to
握
leave
って
me
いてほ
behind.
しい。
I want you to hold my hand when my time
兄
comes.
様にもっとたくさんの寿命があればよかったのに。
If only my brother had more time to live.
どうして
But
普
why?
通の生を願うのはそんなにわがままなこと？
Is it really so selfish to wish for happiness?
ねえ、君どうして泣いてるんです？
Hey, you over there, why are you crying? Oh, the hat! My dreamy little boy. Come, meet Nadia. I.
あはは窓から失礼します。知り合いのお見舞いに来たんですけど。
As a reminder, this is a terrible person, and I still get happy when he shows up. Sorry for calling out to you from the window. I'm visiting an acquaintance here.
庭を散歩してたら偶然君が泣いているのが見えちゃって。僕でよければお話聞きますよ。
I was just taking a walk in the garden and saw you crying. If you'd like, I'd be happy to lend you an ear. Is this the one route where she doesn't like the hat anymore? You scared her.
うわあ、お話聞く前に泣いちゃった。
Why are we experiencing this again? Because this game is acting like this is a brand new story from the previous game where you had to relive all the events that happened in a certain order, blah, 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 blah. This is La Salut. But for Ankou. Why'd you start crying again before I even got the chance to listen?
とりあえずこのハンカチどうぞ。ああ、でもここからじゃ渡せない。
Here, use my handkerchief. I can't give it to you from here.
今すぐそっちに行きますから。泣かないで。何十歳も下の子を泣かせちゃったとか胸が痛みま
La
す。
Salute Part 2. That's right. That's where we're at. I'll head over right away, so please don't cry. I'll never forgive myself for making a girl decades younger than me sad. Decades. I want to emphasize that because my sister thought they were the same age. Ankou and I walked through the town on our way home alongside the throngs of people who did the same after a day's work.
リュカ・プルーストと何を話していたのかな。私の名前が出ていたようだが。
What were you talking about with Lucas Proust? I believe I overheard my name. It's a secret, especially because it's you.
おや、そんな風に言われたら余計に気になってしまうな。
Oh, hearing that only serves to further pique my interest.
一体いつの間にそんなに愛らしい意地悪を覚えたんだい？
Continuation of suffering. I feel by the way, we still haven't got a new CG, so I still don't have a CG for the thumbnail. The last one, I just used the new girl. I didn't have a CG for that one either. There wasn't a new CG. I just want pretty pictures of cute guys. It's been almost 3 hours. And I know we talked for an hour of that. I know that. I know it's my fault. I know I'm the problem. Just when did you learn to tease others in such an adorable way? I'm just copying what he does. It was apparent that he wasn't aware. It's because he's just so easy when it's you. I didn't know whether my newfound determination to live was a good thing or not. I feel that. I feel that in my heart. But at the very least, I was content with my resolve to not die so easily for the time being. Nice. Oh, that's right. Ankou, why don't you check in on Spinel before going home? I'm a bit worried since we hadn't seen her since the other day.
そうだね。私たちの忠告通り、静かに暮らしているかも気にかかる。
Talking helps with suffering on boring stories. It's true. I was falling asleep, actually. for the last one, because no one was really in chat, because I was doing it so late at night. Trying to push backwards just a little bit. Oh my gosh. Hear me out. I'm short. My feet don't really touch the ground. But I was falling asleep because no one was like in chat, and I was just like, all right, well, I was gonna finish this today, but it's been 2 hours and I'm falling asleep, so I'm gonna stop. So yeah, I'm way more awake. A fine idea. I am especially concerned about whether or not she is laying low as we
どう
advised.
にも酒癖が悪いようだから、それで騒ぎを起こしていなければいいのだが。
It appears she has a chant for alcohol, so I do hope that she is not causing any trouble because of it. Get ready. She is nothing but trouble.
ダメだ。もう飲めねえ。
I'm done.
この勝負、俺の負けだ。
I can't take another sip. I totally lost this competition.
根性がないな、お前ら。まだ酒瓶5本も開けてないぞ。
Where's the spirit? We haven't even gone through 5 bottles yet. As soon as we stepped into the bar, we were met with the sound of loud cheering that you wouldn't expect at this hour.
いいぞ姉ちゃん。
You go, lady.
これで6連勝だ。酒に自信があるやつは彼女にどんどん挑みな。
What's your 6th win in a row? Are there any other challengers who can handle their
い
liquor?
や、クーネにこんな酒が強い女がいるとは知らなかった。あんた今までどこで暮らしてたんだい？
I had no idea there was a woman in Koen who could hold their liquor. Where have you been hiding until now?
あ？まあそりゃ当然だろう。何せあちこちを気ままに巡ってたから。
Huh? It's no surprise you haven't seen me around since I go wherever the wind takes me.
Huh?
Oh. Ankou grabbed Spinel and dragged her to the corner of the bar where I was waiting.
目立つなと。
Don't stand out.
私と彼女があれだけ言い聞かせたというのに、君はもう忘れたのかな?
We emphasize the importance of this, yet you seem to have conveniently forgotten our warning. He spoke to the lady, her cheeks reddened in an intimidating tone that made it seem like he would rob her of her soul at any moment.
ああ、アンク。しばらく見ない間に洒落た服を着るようになったな。
Ankou, looks like you learned a bit about fashion in the short time I haven't seen you. But Spinels responded nonchalantly with absolutely no hint of fear despite Ankou's silent rage.
何がダメなんだ？これでも普段よりおとなしくしている方なんだが。
I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I'm actually being a lot more tame than usual.
これで酒場の外にまで君の声が響いていたが?
This is tame. I could hear your voice from outside the bar. You truly do love drinking, don't you? Seeing her made me feel like she would get along with Corp members Adolphe told me about, who also loved drinking. Spinel dropped onto a nearby chair, making a loud noise as she did so. Ankou and I also took a seat across from her and began our discussion, speaking in a low volume so no one could overhear us.
別に正体には感づかれていないぞ。
I don't think anyone suspects a thing about my
全員
background.
私の入れ墨を見て、リライバーとやらだと勘違いしているようだしな。
It looks like they think I'm a reliver or whatever you call it after seeing my tattoo. As she mentioned it, our gaze were immediately drawn to the intricate pattern on her chest. We just looked down for the first time. Oh, I was wondering about that. Well, it looks similar. It's still a bit different from those of relivers.
ああ、外の国の一部には肌に直接絵を彫る文化があるんだ。
Yeah, some countries have cultures where they tattoo pictures and designs on to their skin. Pictures on their skin. I've never heard of that
目
before.
くらましになっているのはいいが、君は新参者なのだから、もう少しおとなしくしていてほしいものだね。
I'm glad to hear it helps you blend in, but you are still new to the island. I ask that you be a bit more
聞
cautious.
けば、カプシーヌ医師とも 酒を酌み交わしたという
Ooh,
よ
I
り
just got a shiver. Ooh, that
強
was
引
weird.
に飲ませたのだろ
We also heard that you had some drinks with Dr. Capuchin, or rather that you forced him into drinking with you.
ちょうどいいところに通りかかったからな。
I bumped into him at the right time.
お嬢さんにとっては警戒する対象だろうが、私は酒を飲める相手なら誰でも歓迎する。
I get that he's someone to be careful around for Leah, but I don't discriminate when it comes to drinking buddies.
大陸にいた頃は昨日殺し合った相手と飲み明かすことも珍しくなかったしな。
When I was traveling, it wasn't uncommon for me to drink all night with someone I tried to kill the day before. Really? After I gave her a surprise look, Spinel called someone over to order 2 drinks and some juice, as well as some food.
傭兵というのは明日、いや、1秒先に死んでもおかしくない。刹那的な生き物だ。
As a mercenary, I could die tomorrow. No, at any second. We're ephemeral beings? We're ephemeral? We're
だからこそ、いつ死んでも悔いのないよう、欲望を最優先として好き勝手に生きる。
Which is why I live as I please, so I don't leave this world with any regrets when my time comes. Not leaving the world with any regrets.
ある意味では、生き残ることに手段を問わない、この国の民とは正反対の性質だな。
Doesn't she have, like, on Adolph's eyes? Isn't that Adolph's eyes? In a way, I'm the complete opposite of the people in this country since I'm not searching for ways to prolong my
極
life.
端すぎるだがいかにも君が気に入りそうな生き方だ
That's a very extreme. That is very extreme. However, it is a way of living that certainly suits you.
その通り。
Right, you are. Spinel responded with laughter despite the heavy topic we were discussing. She could die at any moment? All the wars outside of this country really are the wars outside this country that
穏
violent?
やかな戦争なんぞない。どの戦争でも人間が死にまくりの血を流しまくりだ。
War is not exactly a peaceful affair. All battles lead to bloodshed and death for a lot of folks. I had completely misunderstood what life was like outside of the island. I wrongfully assumed that those were regular lifespans, lived in a constant state of peace and tranquility. Our Pachel had a complex history. I'm sure that other countries have their own fair share of complications too. I suppose it isn't right to label them all as just outsiders and assume everyone is the same. It just isn't that
傭
simple.
兵の道に進んだことをバカにされたり同情されることもあるが、
People have both mocked and pitied me for pursuing the path of a mercenary.
まあそのおかげでお前たちと知り合い雇ってもらえたわけだからな。
But thanks to that, I got to meet you two and snag a job
少
here.
なくとも後悔はしていない。何よりアンクーの言う通り、この生き方が一番性に合っている。
I can, at the very least, say I don't regret it. It's just as you said, Ankou, this way of life suits me best.
君が満足しているのならいいが少なくとも酒はほどほどにしておいた方がいい
I have no complaints as long as you are content. I would, however, like for you to please drink in moderation.
またうっかり海に落ちて今度は溺死などさすがに本意ではないだろう
You may end up falling into the ocean again and drowning to your death. Would you not prefer to avoid that? That's definitely a valid concern.
確かにな。
Can't argue that one. Spinel burst into boisterous laughter, perhaps from the imagining how the scene we described would play out.
騒がしいと思ったらお前らここにいたのか
I was wondering what the commotion was, so you guys are here too. Adolf!
おや自警団のリーダーがこんな場所に寄る暇があるのかい
Why, is it the leader of the corps? You must have an awful lot of free time if you're able to stop by an establishment like this.
今日の調査と巡回なら終わったお前こそそいつを夜まで連れ回しやがって
I've done all my work for the day. I'm the one who should be upset with you for dragging Leah out to this. Please, don't be upset, Adolf. I was the one who suggested that we check up on Spinel. I moved my chair to make room for Adolf to sit. Since we're all here, why don't we have dinner together? It would be the perfect opportunity to introduce you two properly.
別に構わねえけどよ。
Why not? That's the spirit. Why not? Adolph reluctantly agreed and sat down next to me on the spot right across from Ankou.
で、あんたがスピネルか。こいつが世話になったみたいだな。
I'm guessing you're Spinel. Thanks for helping Leah out.
まあ世話になっているというかされているというか
Well, it's more or less the other way around.
なんだ人の顔を見るなりまた黙り込んで。
What? Why'd you go silent? Is something on my face?
はあいやこうしてみるとお前もなかなか男前だと思ってな
Nah, nothing. Now that I've got a good look at you, you've got a nice face there. As she responded, the food and drinks she ordered were brought to our table. Spinel handed a drink to Adolph and raised the glass she was drinking from up into the air.
じゃあ今更だが奇妙な出会いを祝して乾杯
Better late than never. Here's to the new friends and the unusual forces at play that brought us together. Cheers!
今日は私のおごりだからな好きなだけ飲むといい
Drinks are on me, so have your full. Cheers, she says, drinking her apple juice because she's a minor. I responded to Spinel's cheerful speech by raising my glass of juice.
言ったそばからまだ飲む気でいるのかい。
Drinking right after we cautioned you, I see.
酔い方がイブとそっくりだな。
She's just like Eve when she's drunk. The two men quietly sipped their respective drinks.
やっぱり大人数で飲む酒はうまい
Ah, that hits the spot. Drink sure tastes better with some company. She emptied her glass within seconds. I was thoroughly impressed. You can really handle your alcohol,
ま
Spinel.
あな気分は良くなるが翌日まで持ち越したことはないはずだ
Kind of. It makes me feel good, but feeling's usually gone by the next
そっ
day.
ちの二人はあまり飲まないのか
I'm guessing you two over there don't drink much?
限界を超えるまで飲もうと思わね
I never think to drink past my
明
limit.
快にこういった嗜好品は存在しないのでね。
Such luxuries don't exist in Hades.
はあ酒なんて好きなように飲んでなんぼだと思うがな
Where's the fun in drinking if you can't have as much as you want? Speaking of alcohol, has anyone checked to make sure you're old enough to drink?
ああ店主に聞かれはしたが体の入れ墨を見てそれなりの年齢だと判断されたから問題ない
Yeah, the bar owner did, but after seeing my tattoo, he figured I was of age, so it wasn't an issue.
ということは偽装するための年齢も決めていないのか。
In other words, you've not settled on an age to tell people when they ask. Ankou massaged his brow as if his head hurt. It would be a good idea to decide on it
偽
now.
の年齢ね
A fake age, huh? Spinel looked over at
ア
Adolph.
ンクーは何百歳としてお前はいくつなんだ
I know Ankou is hundreds of years old, but how old are you?
え。21だが。
I'm 21.
そうかじゃあ私は22にしておこう
Got it. In that case, I'm 22.
ずいぶんあっさり決めるな。
Didn't take you long to figure that out. Well, she's like, well, I am older than you.
妥当な年齢だろう。さすがに君より年下というのは相当無理が。
I think it's a fitting number. It'd be impossible to believe that she was younger than you. Spinel had Ankou's face in a tight grip. Ankou, that's definitely going to be a bit too
彼
far.
女の言う通りだ年なんぞ気にしていないが今後のためにも女に言っちゃならん失言ぐらい覚えておけ
Leah's right. I'm not the type to care about my age, but there are things you shouldn't say to a woman, to women for your own good.
わかったから手を離してくれ。
I understood. I truly do understand now. Please let go. His expression tells me he thought the same thing and that he's glad he didn't say anything. Spinel released Ankou, who let out a sigh of relief.
仮に正体が知られたとしても、この力があれば大抵のことは何とかしてしまいそうだね。
At the very least, if your identity is ever revealed, I'm sure you could take care of it with the immense strength of yours.
ああ
Is she an
心配する方
amalgamation
がバカらしい。
of everybody? She's strong like Lucas. She's got eyes like Adolph. She's an outsider like Adolphe slash Eves, I guess. I don't know. She drinks like Eves. What does she have in common with Mathis? Hair color? Same hair color as Mathis. Who am I forgetting? Mathis, Lucas, Ankou slash Adolphe. I'm not forgetting anybody. She's everybody. This is everybody rolled into one. I almost feel stupid for worrying. Seeing them sympathize with each other on such Sheen's ass. Thank you for the anonymous gift. Sheen's ass. You know, she's got the tattoo actually. She's got the tattoo. Like Sheen. Oh my gosh. I also haven't heard Papa in a while. What a great voice. I miss Papa. Seeing them sympathize with each other on such an odd issue made me smile. She hasn't shown off her ass, but I would go with the tattoo. Because Sheen has a tattoo, she's got a tattoo. Is she a scientist? I'm glad we were able to share a meal. Actually, she wears gloves. She wears gloves like Sheen. That's something else. Hang on. I'm glad we were able to share a meal with Spinel like this, even though our contract has ended. Has it ended? It hasn't ended. It feels like I gained an older sister.
そうかそうか。男どもと違ってお前は可愛いな。
You don't say. You're real cute, Leah, unlike these guys over here. When I bashfully expressed my thoughts, Spinel switched seats and gave me some hearty pats on the head. I'm fine with that. I accept. Her touch made me happy and a bit embarrassed too. She's so bright and full of life. I found myself smiling and laughing whenever I was around her. Oh, Spinelli. It was completely dark by the time the four of us finished our meal.
ではな、機会があればそっちに顔を出しに行く。呪いの調査だのなんだのに私は関係ないが。
I'll see you around. I'll be sure to visit whenever I find time. The investigation into the curse has nothing to do with me.
純粋に武力を必要としてるときは笛を使って迷わず呼べ。
But if you ever find yourself needing my fighting expertise, just blow the whistle. Thank you very much.
アンク、アドルフも、お前たちの大事な姫と妹をしっかり守れよ。
As for you two, make sure you protect your princess and sister. Got it?
言われるまでもない。
That goes without saying.
そっちこそ酒の勢いで正体を晒すんじゃねえぞ。
It's funnier if you don't know the context. Take care to not accidentally expose yourself by drinking too much. Seemingly satisfied with their responses, she smiled before heading back into the
や
bar.
れやれ。あの破天荒ぶりには毎回圧倒されてしまうな。
My, I'm overwhelmed by her capriciousness every time I see her. Same
同
here.
感だ。
The expression on both of their faces told me that they were absolutely exhausted. I admired her strength, though. Unlike me and her pessimism, Spinel shone like a star that could light up even the darkest of places. She was so bright that I felt like reaching out towards her to grasp that light myself. If I start doing training exercises, do you think I could be like her too?
それだけはやめてくれ。
Please don't. I also want to be like Rhea Ripley, so I get it. I get the point. They don't have to deny it so harshly. While we had been sidetracked, we definitely hadn't forgotten our original objective. We got right back to work the next morning. Once we made sure that the alcohol had left their system, the three of us sat down to discuss our findings. First on the agenda were the documents we looked through at the hospital.
被害者の大半はリライバー。加えて男女の数が同じか。
Most of the victims were relivers, and on top of that, there are equal numbers men and
偶然
women.
の
It
可
could
能
be a
性もある。
coincidence.
よく調べてくれた。これで自警団からも 警告を出すことができる。
Yeah, that's an impressive find. Wait, what did I do? Nothing? Oh, that they were just men and women. Big clue, blah, blah, blah. I didn't do anything special. But we didn't learn any new information, blah, blah, blah.
気にすることはない姫君。事件の手がかりを得たことで病院に情報がないのなら、
つってもな、今のし
We're skipping parts that's just basically repeating what we've already seen. I'm not dealing with that again. Just as Adelph uttered those words, a peculiar noise emitted from his pocket. What's that sound? Oh, hey, what's that sound? Weaves is calling us.
俺の通信機だ。
Transmitter, transmitter. From what I heard from the device, we know what it is. It's a phone, basically. Excused himself.
俺だ。
Yeah.
朝から悪いな。
Oh, it's Hugo. Sorry for bothering you. We heard Hugo's voice clearly through the
構わない。
transmitter.
調査に何か進展があったか。
Alright, yeah, go ahead. Did something happen with the investigation?
いや、その件で厄介なことが起きてよ。
Something concerning happened.
密かに事件のことを調べて連中が
They found out we were looking in. They stormed our base. I remember this. I blurted out in
そこ
disbelief.
までして全ての事件をブローの。
だろうな。あいにくイブは捕獲作戦の時の怪我で
わかった。すぐに
He's
行く。
injured. Got it. On
了解。
my way. Keep an eye out.
悪いな。聞いてた通りだ。少し出てくる。
Sorry about that. I'll have to head out for a bit. That's alright. There's no need to worry.
そうだね。邪魔者がいなくなってくれるおかげで姫君と二人で過ごすことができる。
Without you here, I can spend quality time with the
自分が家
princess.
賃も払ってねえ居候だってことを忘れるなよ。
Don't
部外者。
forget that you're just a freeloader who isn't even paying rent. Outsider. Adolph got changed into shooting after shooting Ankou a glare and left. It's gotten really quiet.
そうだね。あの若造は私がいる時だけ無駄にやかましいから。
It has, no doubt because that Brett only kicks up a fuss when I'm around. He's just a little more lively, I think. I personally like seeing you two together.
正直なところ、奴の存在は邪魔でしかないのだが、そういうことなら遠ざけるのはやめておこう。
To be completely honest, his mere existence is a hindrance to me, but if it pleases you so, I will stop kicking him at a distance, keeping him at a
君
distance.
に悲しい思いをさせるのは本意ではないからね。
Oh. Oh no. Still awake, by the way, trying to finish reading Witch Hat Atelier manga before going to the library when I wake up. Okay, where is my Witch Hat Atelier? Let's see. Hang on. Hang on. I'm also still up, by the way. So this is the... I need to get the new ones. This is the last one I bought. So I'm behind on Witch Hat Atelier. But I love this. This is so good. If you haven't read this, I do recommend this to everybody. But yes, this is a great manga. So this is issue 10. I think they're up to 13 now. My sweet boy Ankou. Okay, here's the thing. He's my sweet boy too. I'm reading volume 11. Nice. I think there's 2 more that I need to get. I fell in love with the art. I was recommended to it by a friend of mine, and so she let me borrow her copies, and then I bought all of them. Our sweet boy. Our sweet boy. My problem right now is the story's dragging. I want to love him more. But yes, Witch Hat is so good. Oh my god. I don't mind sharing my... Thank you. Did you know Witch Hat got anime trailer? Does it? Ooh, that's gonna be good. Like, the story is really well written so far. I'm quite curious what's going to happen next. I need to get 11 and 12. I think it's up to 12. I could be wrong. It could be further. It's been a minute since I bought one. But I do enjoy that story. I also bought all of Death Note. That one's hiding over here. I have up here by this bookshelf. You can't see it. It's off camera. Because I wanted to read them. I've never read them. I love the characters. I've never read it. I just got a cliffhanger. Don't they always end in a cliffhanger? I think this one even had a cliffhanger. Also, up Arson, how are you tonight? Like, this one, what happened? It's been so long. They're fighting. There's the little boy apprentice. Oh yeah, this is when they started the training school, right? Right? And the prince went missing. We'll have to reread this before I read the next one. But like, this art is so pretty. Like, look at this art. Like, look how gorgeous she is. Like, damn. I love this art. They're beautiful. Yeah, this was also a end in a cliffhanger. She loves to do that to me. I was actually at a convention, I was a convention, Game On Expo, and there was someone who had like a ton of Witch Hat Atelier art, and I was like, I don't need this, but this is beautiful. Like, my sister's like, what's this? And I was like, that's Witch Hat Atelier. Remember that manga I told you to read? Remember that manga I own? You need to read it. Making you sad is the last thing I wish to do. That would be great, and if possible, do you think you could also be a little more friendly with Adolf?
前処しよう
I'll take it into consideration. That must be a roundabout way of refusing. This is back to being flashbacks. What should I do now? If the royal guard isn't Koen, we probably shouldn't go out and
私は
investigate.
一度リコリスの花園へと戻り力を蓄えるつもりだよ
I plan to return to Lycoris Field and replenish my powers. Your powers as the
現世
watchman.
にいるだけで人に合わせた好みは消耗していくからね
Indeed, just being here takes a toll on my body, which I created to match that of a
冥
human.
界につながるあの花園へ定期的に戻る必要がある
Which is why I must regularly return to the field that is connected to Hades. I had no idea that Lycoris fields were hiding such a big secret. Well, in that case, can I go with you? I haven't been there in a while, and honestly, it makes me a little anxious.
もちろんだとも君からの誘いを断るはずもなし
I could never refuse you. Good.
二人きりで穏やかな仰せの時を過ごそうじゃないか
Let's enjoy a nice date, just you and me. Ankou was all smiles as he told me that he wouldn't leave me behind. Such a dream. Just a dream. The flower fields had remained unchanged despite how long it had been. The lycorises were in full bloom, reflecting a glossy black sheen under the blue sky. I believe this is the first time I ever taken leisurely walks through the fields with you, Ankou.
君の自死を止めたり契約を持ちかけたりと何かと忙しかったからね
A lot has happened here after all, including my interfering with your death and the information and the formation of our contract. I know what I'm saying. I smiled in agreement. Are you able to gain your powers back just by being here?
何せリコリスは冥界にも咲いている特殊な花だから
As the lycorises are special flowers that also bloom in Hades, and just as Ankou was about to share some of the secret behind the mysterious flowers, we heard footsteps belong to a third person from the other direction. Who is it? Who do we think it is? I can't remember. Is it Eves? Can't be Eves, right? I turned towards the source of the sound and saw a different color among the black petals. Ah, it's Eves. The figure was kneeling on the ground, touching the lycris flowers without any hesitation. Eves. The person in question probably heard me. Eves stood up with a confused look on his face, and upon recognizing who we were, he walked towards us with a happy wave.
君こんなところで会うなんて奇遇だね
Leah, what a coincidence seeing you out here. As Eves drew close enough to stand right in front of me, he breathed a sigh of
ブロー
relief.
の件の時、君も現場にいたってアドルフから聞いて驚いたよ。
Making sure I don't have any messages. I was so shocked to hear from Adolf that you were there during the Barreau incident.
無事でよかった。怪我もないみたいだね。
I'm glad you're safe, and it looks like you weren't hurt anywhere either. Yes. Eves gave a sweet smile. Dude, this is long, right? I'm not crazy. I know we've been chatting a bit, but this is just long. A sudden realization hit me, and I immediately lowered my head apologetically. Eves, about what happened at the orphanage, I'm so sorry for putting your life in danger.
そんな、謝る必要なんてないよ。あれは、ただの不幸な事故。君が起こしたものなんかじゃない。
No need to apologize. That was an unlucky accident and nothing that you caused. But it wasn't even an accident.
そんなに気にしてるなら、そうだ。俺と友達になってほしいな。
An accident implies
名前も普通に呼んでくれ
unintentional.
ると嬉しい。
That jerk. What's that kid's name? What's that kid's name? Did it intentionally. That one orphan boy that has a name. If you really feel bad, then how about we be friends? I'll be happy to get to know you better. Friends? That was the first time I was asked to be someone's friend. Are you sure?
この場所で再会したのも何かの
What
縁だし。
chapter are we on?
俺
That's
た
a
ち
wonderful question.
といい友達になれると思う。
3. We're on chapter 3. We've been on chapter 3 this whole time. And the last time I streamed, the one where I didn't have very many people come in and say hi, I streamed for 2 hours without much interruption because of that. And I only got through one chapter. And no new CGs. No new CGs. We're always meeting out here by chance, so I bet we can be best friends. That's right. Why are you always out here?
アドルフから何も聞いてない？
Adolf never told you. He's glanced at the Lycoris that bloomed around us.
実はね、俺はこの国を覆うこのリコリスノワージュの花畑の所有者なんだ。
Thing is, I'm actually the owner of the field of Lycoris Norigis that surround the country. A surprising reveal without much fanfare. Huh? My gasp of shock was louder than anticipated, but that was only natural given the
アドル
news.
フやヒューゴには教えてるんだけどね。
I told Adolf and Hugo, and you, who love the field, should have known by now. Gonna burn this game.
植物の生態に詳しい俺の家系には、とある口伝と使命が伝わってるんだ。
There's a story, a mission that's been passed down through generations of my family who knows a lot about plants.
俺にそれを教えてくれたじいさま曰く、この国を囲むリコリスノワージュは、
According to my grandfather who taught me everything I
何
know,
百年も前に、とある死神が植えたんだって。
the Lycoris Norigi were grown by death hundreds of years
お
ago.
とぎ話に出てくる魔法使いみたいな格好。長い白銀の髪。
He
血
looked
と
like a
炎が混ざった
mage
ようなグレンの瞳。
from a fairy tale with long silver hair and crimson eyes, the color of blood mixed with fire.
俺の祖先、
He's
いわゆる始祖様と呼ばれる人は、その死
standing
神と相
right
対し、
here. My ancestor, the head of the family line, came face to face with death and... I wish Bushihana Fandus got localized and not this. I'm so
この
sorry.
国を覆うリコリスノワージュを植えたのは他でもない私。
It was I who planted the Lycoris Norigi across this
この
land.
花はいつか私が愛しい同胞の姫君に捧げるため
The
用意した
flowers
ものだ。
will one day be offered to my dear partner and princess.
ゆえに決して散らせることは許さない。
You must not allow the flowers to wilt.
理不尽に散らせたが最後、この国に生きる命すべてを冥界までいざなってやろう。
He's got such a great voice, but I'm so mad. Should they wilt, I will return and to reap the lives of all whom live here and take them to Hades.
呪いから国を守るために彼と契約し、このリコリスノワージュを所有、そして守護するようになったんだ。
He formed a contract with him, which led him to become owner of the flowers as well as their guardian, all to protect the country.
迫害を防ぐためにも、このことはごく一部の人間にしか教えていないから。
I was about to say you looked frustrated. I was just like, I started my stream tonight and was like, hey, I'm going to stream for 4 hours. It's been 3 hours and 25 minutes. And if I'm near the end of the game, I'm just going to keep going. And it's almost been 4 hours. And we're definitely not near the end of the game. Again, things don't have to be long. You don't have to make it long. I guess I should have been thinking about how Salut was so long. Like, I shouldn't be surprised that this is long. But, like, we're rehashing stuff. Like, I already know this. Anyone who's playing the fan disc already knows this information. You are giving too much information to me. I don't need it. I already know. And yes, there's some parts I forgot, but like, I'm surprised I'm not losing my mind. You're not losing your mind because you're thinking of Stray Kids still. So to prevent unnecessary conflict, I decided to share the truth that with only a few select
四方
people.
の土地が誰かに所有されているってこと自体、知ってる人は少ないんだよ。
There aren't many who know that such a large piece of land belongs to anyone at all. I see. Well, it's no wonder that the flowers are healthy no matter when I see them. And other fictional men, see? You're fine. And in other words, the reason why Adolphe is still in good health even at his age is because of the work you've been doing, Eves. Thank you very much, Eves. I've been saved many times by the beauty of the Lycoris VOD too. I also heard that this was the place where I was abandoned, so I guess in a way this field is like my hometown.
そっか。リコリスを好きだと言ってくれた人は、
Thank you for
君
calling
が
me
初め
out
てだから
anytime.
すごく嬉しいよ。
I mean, honestly, I'm losing my mind, as we've already stated. The only thing keeping me sane is Ankou's voice. I'm just tired of this repeating. Like, repeating. You're the first person to ever say they like the likenesses. I'm really happy to hear that.
けど、いくら好きな場所だからって、こんな時に一人で来たらダメだよ。
Regardless of how much you like this place, you shouldn't be coming here alone, okay?
せめてアドルフに一緒に来てもらうとかしないと。
You should ask Adolphe to tag along with you at the very least. Huh? I didn't come alone. I'm with... I realized that Ankou was silent throughout my entire conversation. And missing. The man in question was nowhere to be seen. I swore he was right next to me.
どうしたの？
What's wrong, Leah? Well, I stopped myself before saying another word. I wasn't sure whether or not I could talk about Ankou without getting his permission. I'll be careful. I'll have Adolphe come with me next time.
そうした方がいいと思う。
Yeah, it's for the best. For the time being, I simply agreed with Eve's suggestion. She's like, I'm alone? After that, I told Eves about Adolphe going to the corpse base to deal with the argument between them and the Royal Guard.
そっか。乱闘にはならないと思うけど、一応俺も詰め所に向かおうかな。
I see. I don't think it'll escalate to a fight. I'll head over there too, just in case.
教えてくれてありがとう。ここで君に会えてよかったよ。
Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad I bumped into you here. Oh, it's nothing. By the way, what were you doing here in the field to begin with? I heard you were still recovering at home. Not to mention, it seemed like you were simply checking on the flowers.
ああ、うん。怪我はもう大丈夫なんだけど、実は最近、リコリスの花の数が不自然に減ってるような気がして。
Yeah, I'm completely fine now, but recently I noticed that the number of lycorises have dwindled too soon. Dwindled? They aren't wilting?
リコリスは丈夫な花だから、枯れるなら周辺一帯が目に見えて一斉に枯れるはず。
Lycoris are really resilient. If they were wilting, the whole patch would have wilted together. Maybe someone was picking them without your knowledge.
災いのことがあるし、摘み取ろうとする人いないと思うけどな。
Considering how they're known as the flowers of misfortune, I doubt anyone would think of that.
リコリスを必要とするなんて、それこそじい様から聞いた例の死神ぐらいだけどね。
The only one who needs the Lycorises is the death my grandfather told me about. Eves looked towards the flowers again as he softly spoke of death with a hint of admiration in his tone.
それじゃ、俺は行くね。帰り道にも気をつけて。
I'll head off then. Take care on your way back. Thank you. I'll be sure to head straight home without taking any detours. I watched as he left, taking care to not trample on any of the flowers on his way out. The story of the Lycoris and death, passed down through generations of his family. My musing on the story Eve shared with me poured forth. The so-called death traits and manners of speech reminded me of a certain man. Could it have been Ankou?
当然だとも。彼の始祖と契約した死神というのは、まさしく私のことだ。
Indeed, the very death who entered a contract with his ancestor was none other than I. I jumped as Ankou suddenly appeared. Ankou, where have you been?
彼が近づいてくるのを察して、少しばかり術で姿を消していた。
I sensed that he would be nearby and used a spell to disappear.
彼の家系のものとは、さすがに合わす顔がないものだから。
I simply cannot face anyone in his family.
私と彼の家系の関係が気になって仕方ない。
Like, see, look at this man. Gorgeous, beautiful. You seem awfully curious about my relationship with his family.
どこまで可能かはわからないが、その愛らしさに免じ、できる限り語ってあげよう。
I'm not sure how much I'm able to reveal, but I'll share as much as I can. I cannot resist your charm. Ankou covered his mouth to laugh before continuing. If this is a story I've already heard, I'm skipping.
そもそも、リコリス自体、冥界でも咲き誇る特殊な花なのだが、
Blah blah.
彼らのが見事に咲かせた花は、
Mesmerized, yeah. Ankou spoke through the unknown interference, reminiscing about the past. Which is why you asked them to grow the flower.
そう。だが私は、呪いを盾に彼らを脅したわけではない。
I did not threaten him with the curse.
もう納得の上で契約を交わしてくれたんだ。
The noble wanderer agreed with our contract.
当時は確かに死の番人と名乗ったはずなのだが、
Sure, I
この
referred
な
to
りの
myself
せ
as
い
the
で
watchman.
時が経つとともに存在が死神と混同されてしまったらしい。
Time has warped the truth. I see. If Ankou had introduced himself as Death when we first met, I would have believed him. Because Death was the country's primary enemy, there was no attention paid at all to the Watchmen. So the Lycos Norigi don't have anything to do with the curse.
あれが枯れると士気が早まるのは確かだが、根本的な原因ではないかな。
It's true that death is hastened when they wilt, but it would be difficult to say they are the root cause.
私が彼らと契約を結んだ時には、とっくにこの国は呪いに蝕まれていたさ。それこそ何百年も前にね。
By the time I formed the pact, the country had been eroded by the curse for hundreds of years. I didn't sense that Ankou was lying, and his explanation did make sense. Even if he knew more useful information, it was possible that he wouldn't be able to tell me without the message being disrupted. I'm somewhat relieved. I'm so glad to hear that you aren't the cause of the curse. A side of me was relieved that I wouldn't need to bear some sort of grudge against him.
姫君は本当に優しいね。一音を奏でるたびに、この万人の心を奪っていく。
You are truly kind, princess. Each word you utter is like music to my ears, and I fall for you more and more.
しかし、優しすぎて、いささか心配だ。
But you are too kind, and it worries me.
今語ったことはすべて嘘で、私が本当にこの国を呪った元凶だったら、
What would you do if I
どうす
were
るつもり
lying
な
and
の
I
だい？
was the true source of the curse? Oh my gosh. A reminder, we haven't had a single new CG yet. And these two saves, look at the time, 2100 versus 23. Like, bro, what? That's just not possible. It's true that you're a man of many secrets, but I have faith that you aren't someone who would hurt me or anyone I know.
なるほど。だがさすがに甘い気がするね。
I see, but that is rather naive of you.
普通の人間ならば、自分たちの命を脅かす存在を迷わず排除すると思うのだが。
Any other person would immediately attempt to remove anything that threatens their livelihood without hesitation. This girl, you met her in a field trying to end her life. Are you sure she's like any other person? She's not like other girls, okay? She's suicidal. But if that were to happen,
したら?
yes, I wouldn't be able to see you again. I didn't understand why he had to point out the obvious. Ankou seemed stumped upon hearing my
心配
response.
する必要はない、姫君。仮に私が別の理由でいなくなろうとも。
There's absolutely no need for you to worry, my princess, even if I were to disappear for any other
そ
reason.
の命と尊厳を守ってくれるものが、君を光ある未来へと導いてくれるはず。
There is someone out there who can protect your sanctity and your life and guide you towards a future full of light.
そうなれば、この死の番人もお役御免だ。
And once he does, my duties will be no more. Ankou spoke with confidence. He didn't understand me at all. I grew a little huffy upon hearing the future Ankou spoke of, which was why
No.
I reached out a finger. This better turn into a CG. And lightly poked Ankou's cheek with it.
姫君、いきなりどうしたんだい?
Princess, what are you
と
doing?
ても愛らしいいたずらだが、何か君の機嫌を損ねるようなことを言ってしまったかな?
Well, it's certainly an adorable gesture. I am confused as to what I said to make you pout like that. I continued to poke his cheek. I channeled my frustration towards his lack of understanding with each poke.
姫君、何か言ってくれないだろうか?
My princess, why are you not responding? Because you completely missed the point. I couldn't believe it. You really didn't understand a thing. This didn't have anything to do with me undoing the curse. I'll be lonely without you. It would be easy for me to tell him, but I had a slight feeling that even if I were to tell him, he would simply say, "But you have family and new friends too," and try to lift my spirits using examples of people apart from himself. Those were the last words I wanted to hear from him. You're so kind that it's cruel, Ankou. I kept my true feelings to myself and silently fumed with my cheeks puffed.
どういう意味かな?
What do you mean by that? I won't tell you. You'll have to figure that one out on your own.
姫君、どうか教えておくれ。理由がわからなければ謝ることもできない。
Princess, please tell me. If I do not understand you, I cannot offer you my sincere apology. I wordlessly poked him a response, staring at Felix's pictures. Honestly, I think we're near the end of the chapter at least. I don't know anymore. I wordlessly poked him in response. While it may have been out of place in a field of Lycoris, I continued doing so until I was satisfied.
帰ってきたかと思えば、何をしてんだ、お前ら。
I see you two are back. Did something happen while you were out?
それは私が問いたい。
I could ask you the same thing. Adolphe greeted us with an exasperated look upon seeing me holding onto Ankou's sleeve like with a huffy expression on my face. I literally followed all of the members on Instagram. I think the only people I follow on well, actually, there's a lot I follow. Most of SHINee and most of BTS. That's it. In fact, Jin posted photos the other day, and I said, "Who is this man?" Because I got confused, but it was Jin. He's got some beautiful photos right now. Hang on. Let me just find them. Like this. This was for me. He did this for me, I assume. Like, look at that. What the hell's going on with this guy? I saw some of their Instagram lives. Nice. Adolph greeted us. I hit auto. Greeted us. Greeted us with an exasperated look upon seeing me holding his sleeve, but deep down I knew. Ankou was essentially a god of Hades. On the other hand, I was simply a powerless human being. I miss Han and Felix Instagram live even though I was awake, damn it. The problem I have with the lives is I don't speak the language most of the time, so it's cute, but like if I don't understand what's happening, it gets a little like, eh. No matter how much it saddened me, it was only a matter of time before we would part ways. How I feel about it is completely different story though. Hiccups. I'd miss Ankou so much if you were to leave. Can I stop hiccuping? Oh my god, I was hiccuping loud earlier today. So loud. I don't mind not understanding. I just want to hear their voices. That's fair. That is so fair. What could I do to make him understand how I felt? There was absolutely nothing that could replace Ankou's presence in my life. Okay.
男は教えた。
Splendid. We're about to end our
これは
stream.
私の故郷に伝わる約束の儀式なのだと。
Huh. Plus, someone translated the Instagram live so I can understand later. Wow. Yeah, that took 3 hours and 40-ish minutes. Hear me out. It's almost midnight. Like, the man taught him a ritual. It was a special ritual for making promises which had been passed down in his homeland. The two
互いの指
parties...
を絡ませ、その体温を感じた上で誓う。
Almost 3 a.m. for me. Damn. And I have to be up at like 5 a.m. because I have to leave the house by 6 a.m. So the two parties would interlock. Oh no, there's an ad right when I was gonna hit dismiss it. The two parties would interlock their fingers and swear upon their shared warmth.
君がいつか大切なものと契約ではなく約束をする時が訪れたら
When the time comes for you to make a promise rather than a contract,
そ
please
の時はこの儀式にて誓うといい。
only a 30-second ad, good. Please do it whilst conducting this ritual.
万人の名をかけて必ず叶えてみせる。
Does this ever make you think of that cute anime with the ballerina that turned into a duck? It was an ugly duckling and she made a wish to be a real girl. Something tutu, but like there was like a person that like was the narrator and he would be like this. The watchman swore upon his name that he would see it through. I don't know. This reminds me of that. It's midnight. Who am I? Who am I? We're gonna save. And I have no new CGs because there's not a new CG yet. Like, this is crazy. Like, this game is trying me. Like, I'm gonna go to the main screen just so I can stare at the fact that we don't have any pictures. Right? It is rude, especially with how long it is. Like, you're giving me the same CGs I already had. Like, there's nothing new in here. Like, this is not new. When did the CGs start? Where are they? Like, we only have a few left from here. Like, you're killing me, Smalls. Like, what is happening? I deadass hate this fan disc. I'm kind of hating it too. Like, they've given... Like, they gave us this. This is fine. But, like... You're supposed to provide for us, right? The fan discs are supposed to be things we wanted to see that we didn't get to see. I did not want to see this. Sneezing. I'm sneezing now. Oh god. That's too loud. This is fine. This needed to show her. This is them giving flowers to Nadia. Nadia's not even the photo. Thank you. This was great. This is mom. I did not need Hugo getting a special CD. I'm always happy to see Dahat. Honestly, he always brings me joy. This little psychopath I've loved him since the moment I first met him. I knew he was evil from that moment, and I was happy to see I was right. Also, Nadia, best. This is actually one of the thumbnails I made because I loved it so much. Like, look how beautiful she is. Didn't need this. Capuchin did not deserve that. This is fine, but after everything they did with him, I just didn't really care. This is fine. This is fine. But like, oh my god. You're supposed to give me things I wanted. You're not doing it. How am I this far? How have I played so much? Where's all these pictures? If I have to go through 12 chapters to get to them, am I even a person anymore? Like, what's happening? Anyways, that's my TED Talk. I will be playing tomorrow night for about 2 hours. My goal is 2 hours. I will post on Discord what time I'm starting. It's gonna be probably about 6 o'clock my time. God, more suffering. I'm trying to get us through the pain and suffering so that we can get to the new game. May is fast approaching, and I want to start PO4 in May. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here, Asia. Thank you, Blue, for being here. Thank you, Ribbon, for being here. Thank you. Who else was here tonight? We had some other people. Up Arson for being here tonight. I feel like I had somebody else in chat that I can't remember, but I thank you guys for all hanging out with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember I stream about 3 times a week on Twitch, and you can check me out over there to see my latest videos. I also want to thank everybody who's commenting on the YouTube videos. I try to reply back when I can, but I'm slow, so please forgive me. And again, if you're watching this on Twitch, you want to remember the pain, you can go visit it on YouTube and watch them over there. I hope you guys have a lovely night. I will see you guys later. Bye!